Yo, yo, what's up with it? It's your boy back with another reading. This is going to be an all signs reading. We're going to be asking a question. What do they tell their friends about you? What do they tell them? We up, late night. Hey, Danny. There it is. Alright, so anyway, y'all, I went to sleep at like 7 o'clock. I was planning to go live at 8. I fell asleep and I woke up. It was 10:54. I was like, dang. Then I had to take the dogs outside. So I had to walk them. And then I didn't even eat for the night. So I had to eat a little something. Now I'm ready. Now I'm ready. Hey, y'all. How y'all feeling tonight? All right, so I know we're starting forward today. I was going to cook some steak paradise, but I was like, nah, that's kind of late. I don't need that much steak because I be eating like the 12-ounce steaks. So that's a lot of steak. That's a lot of protein at one time. I was like, I don't need that much. I only need like 25. What's up, girl? Wake up. I only need like 25 at the end of the night, so I didn't need that much. Right? No, you wasn't expecting me this late, right? All right. So let's get to it. Excuse me. All right. So we're on Aries. Okay. So Aries, what do they tell their friends about you? All right. That you guys are a healer or healing. I wanted to say you're a healer, but we'll say healing, but maybe both. Maybe you're a healer and healing, or unexpectedly you've healed. So they could be telling people that you maybe know. So you know what? Maybe some of y'all have had like an unexpected glow up. Because they kind of feel like you guys have gotten off track, but like got realigned to where you're meant to go, or you know what I mean? Like you've had some disruptions prior, but now you've worked your way through that. So like you don't have the same vulnerabilities, the same insecurities, the same worries. They feel like you worked through some deep seated pain or some deep seated like maybe hardships or whatever, or significant events. You kind of feel like you've changed. Yeah, I seen the Hangman reverse when I split the deck and the Chariot. So now they feel like you guys lack humility. You walk right by them and you don't talk as much. You don't try a whole conversation. So it could be a Libra, Taurus, Aquarius, Cancer, Pisces. So you don't really maybe you don't talk to them as much, or you just walk past them now. So maybe you're a little snobby, or sometimes it could just be like you just don't talk anymore. Like maybe you're a little bit more standoffish with them. They also feel like you don't do well with criticism, or they can't criticize you anymore. Got the Judgment, Tower, Queen of Cups. So you be there for them in their time of need. Could be a Capricorn, Virgo, Cancer, Aries, Scorpio, Sag, Pisces, Scorpio. So they look at you as a life-changing connection. They tell their friends that you changed their life, you changed their outlook, how they view themselves, how they view the world. They celebrate you a lot. They cherish you a lot. You know what I mean? I was even going to say they admire you as well. They tell their friends that they want to take action on you unexpectedly, though. With the Tower and the Judgment, they tell their friends that they want to unexpectedly or just out of the blue, they want to express how they really feel about you. We got the Knight of Pentacles, so they feel like it's coming. One of these days, they're just going to... They tell their friends one of these days they're just going to tell you how they really feel and maybe even tell you that they love you, or that they want to. They feel like it's building up. That maybe you guys are like slowly progressing. Yeah, they tell people that you guys are slowly progressing, or that your relationship slowly progressed. It wasn't expected. You came into their life unexpectedly. So they tell people that. Yeah, some of y'all, they tell people that they sabotage the connection, but they're the one that wants to heal it, or that you sabotaged it and you're the one that wants to heal it. But they feel like that it's taking forever. If you're the one that's trying to heal it, they feel like you're taking forever. If they're the one that's trying to heal it, they feel like it's taking them forever to finally gain up the confidence to come towards you, because they kind of feel like you guys are arrogant or very vain, if I'm really being honest. They feel like you're very vain. Also, when I seen that charity reverse, it could be about your vehicle, your car. So they could be telling people about maybe you not having a car, or you having an issue with vehicle, or something like that. You know what I mean? So it gives that vibe too. I don't know. If you got anything wrong with your vehicle, then that's that. They also feel like you know how to work through difficult situations. You know what I mean? By being, some of y'all by being vulnerable. So like, I don't know, whatever problem you may be experiencing, you could just get vulnerable and people are willing to help you. People are willing to show up for you. That's how they feel like. They feel like somebody's always willing to show up for you, or somebody's, that's what they tell their friends. Somebody's always showing up for her, somebody's always showing up for him, or people consistently do stuff for her, do stuff for him, or you know what I mean? So they kind of feel like that. So some of y'all, they may kind of feel like you guys have fans. That's what it is. It might feel like a lot of y'all got fans, and that's what made some of y'all change up. It made y'all change up now, where now you lack humility because so many people appreciate you, or so many people value you, or so many people see you in this light now. You know what I mean? So that insecurity that you may have had at one point where maybe you didn't feel attractive, maybe you didn't feel like you were enough, maybe you didn't feel like you had enough, any of that shit. You don't have that feeling anymore. At least in their mind, you don't. You know what I mean? So they kind of wonder how you feel about them. So they be asking their friends, like, I guess they be trying to like check with their friends, like, how do you think they feel about me? What do you think, this and that? You know, it's kind of like that. It's like asking about these things. They feel like it's a difficulty, though, expressing themselves with you, though. You know, so maybe, I mean, I don't know. I think the difficulty is in like not knowing how you'll react to them because they don't want to trigger you. So they be telling their friends, like, I don't want to trigger her. I don't want to trigger him. You know what I mean? They're kind of explosive, or they're kind of unpredictable. I don't really know, like, what would happen if I did. So this is somebody who maybe overthinks. I don't got no swords energy, but this may be somebody who overthinks, but they see you as a great catch, or as like, a great catch. They just see you as a great catch. You know what I mean? They feel like you're a leader. They tell people you're a leader. So you must have follower or followings, or people who are like fans in some light to them. So there's something like that that's going on here. But they want to get realigned with you. If this is a past person, somebody wants to get realigned with you. So they're telling their friends, or telling people who they care about, that they want to, like, you know, get past the uncertainty with you and heal the connection. So I guess they're going to be the one to take action, but I guess they're waiting on you to take action. But it looks like they're going to be the one to take action. So look for that. All right. Could be a Scorpio, Pisces, Sag, Aries, Scorpio, Cancer, Virgo, Capricorn, Leo, Aquarius, Aries, Scorpio. All right. And I did say Pisces earlier and Cancer. All right. Okay. Let me see. Taurus. Okay. All right. So Taurus. You said I love very good. Oh. All right, Taurus. So what do they tell their friends about you? So what do they tell their friends about you? All right, Sun. That you guys are confident, attractive, magnetic. Yeah, we got 8th house too. So they tell people that you've changed, that you're confident. Again, your confidence. You've got more confidence about you now. Also, you've revealed parts of yourself now that you normally wouldn't have. You found pride in them. You found pride in it. That's what it is. You found pride in maybe, like, I don't know, the things that you like, kind of like Aries, the stuff that you were insecure with, or stuff that you normally would have hid about yourself. You know what I mean? It's 5:30, Cashley. Damn, Cashley. Oh, you on the other side of the world now. All right. But they also are proud of you. So they're proud of your change, of your, obviously, again, a glow up, or they're proud of like the transformation that you've gone through because of the 8th house here with the sun. So they're proud of that. They also feel like you're somebody who kind of illuminates. So they tell friends that you be bringing up like past stuff that they like try to hide. So like they can't really hide anything from you. That's what they be telling their friends. She knows this, or he knows this. So maybe, I don't know, some of y'all, maybe y'all do tarot, or y'all be into tarot, or y'all just be knowing. Maybe y'all just be real intuitive. Because that's what they feel like. They feel like you be knowing stuff that they didn't tell you, or stuff that they tried to hide or try to suppress. I'm not going to say that you're nosy, but they kind of feel like you just be knowing, and they're kind of curious, like, how the hell you be knowing? So they be telling their friends that he be knowing stuff. They be knowing stuff about me. You know what I mean? They also tell their friends how deep you are. Like, they can bring anything to you, and your understanding, or you know how to like process it, how to deal with it. You know, so that's what makes them proud of you too. Cause it's like, I can say anything to you and you understand where I'm coming from. So you give like a down to earth type of vibe to them. Eight of Pentacles. They also kind of feel like you don't really like to work that hard, or that you overthink and overwork yourself at times. Could be done with a Virgo, Leo, Gemini, Aries, Scorpio. Yeah, they feel like you overthink and you overwork yourself at times. They kind of worry about your results, or they kind of worry about your progress. So maybe they wouldn't worry about your money a lot, or how you spend money. I think that might be it too. Like they worry about how you spend money, because the eighth house could be people who attach themselves to you to either gain your money or to give you money. So that's why they worry about how you spend your money. And it's like, oh, or they worry about how they spend their money because maybe you like them to give you money. It's one or two. It's one or two. All right. For some reason, I'm about to say praise and worship. praise and worship. That's what they say. That's what they tell their friends about you. So I guess you must be like real religious or churchy or something like that. What do they tell them? Oh, we got the lovers. They tell them that you're attractive. That they either, if you guys be having sex, they tell their friends that they enjoy having sex with you. And if you don't be having sex with them, then they just feel like they can tell you anything. The lovers is just about intimacy, trust, you know, compatibility. So they do tell people that friends that they're compatible with you guys. You know what I mean? And that they can like look at you. I would say look at you consistently. So they like looking at you. Hey there, period. So they like looking at you. You know what I mean? And they like how you express yourself. They feel seen around you. That's what they tell their friends. I feel seen by him, her. You know what I mean? Like they just get me. That's what they feel like. You just get me. You just understand. Not like a Piscean way, but like in a Scorpio way, where even though I can see some of your negative traits, I still like you. Even though I know that you may be like a little taboo, or even though I know that you may be sneaky or secretive or whatever like that, you know, I still like you. You know what I mean? So they also feel like you guys have a great relationship, or just like a lot of intimacy and trust between the both of you. So they be telling them like the connection feels like it's faded, or feels like they're meant to be in my life. You know, the conversations just flow. I always feel warm when I'm around them. We got the Eight of Pentacles upright this time. So if it's a past person, this is somebody who wants to repair the connection between y'all, at least wants to repair the distance. Yeah, we got Three of Swords, Knight of Pentacles. They want to show up as a protector for y'all, or they want to show up as more consistent, reliable, somebody who helps you heal your heart. So they're telling the friends that they want to be able to heal your heart. They want to be able to like put their time, their energy, their effort into building something substantial between the both of you. So they'd be thinking about like investments, what they can do to tie themselves to you, like what they can do to keep you like stuck on them. You know what I mean? So that's what they'd be probably talking with their friends, trying to strategize, because we got Virgo energy here. So they could be trying to strategize. All right. They also tell their friends that you hurt them at some point, or that they're taking their time because they're still like dealing with a previous connection. So like a previous relationship they may have had, they're like, I want to get to know you, but like I'm worried that what if you repeat the same pattern that my previous ex or previous boo thing did to me? You know what I mean? So they be saying that. They be telling their friends that, like, I do find them attractive and I do like them. And if you guys be having sex, they be saying, I do like the sex, but I also kind of worry about like I guess your intentions. You know what I mean? They kind of worry. They think a lot. They worry about like maybe you playing them, or you juggling them, or yeah, something like that. You playing, juggling them, or something like that. All right. What's up, Bella? They also talk about you guys being up at night. So I guess whenever they text you, call you, you be up at like whatever time they call. Maybe you answer whenever they call, or something like that. You know what I mean? Something like that. They feel like they can protect, they can trust you with their heart. That's what they tell their friends. I can trust this person. They're loyal. They're devoted. They're consistent. You know what I mean? They show up on a regular. They're vulnerable. They face their own fears. So they're like proud of you in that light, because they've seen how you've like transformed, how you stayed consistent, how you kept pushing forward. You know, even with mistakes, even like, I don't know, let's say injuries, even with disappointments, like how you kept staying persistent, how you stayed, you know, consistent, how you kept showing up for them, or how you kept showing up for yourself. They mention that to them. That's what makes them proud, because either you show up for them a lot, or you show up for yourself a lot, and that makes them proud. Like, oh, I'm really proud to have them, because like they be putting in that work. That's what they say. You be putting in that work, you know. So some of y'all, they want to work with you. If you like, I don't know what you do, so like they want to work with you. I always think, when I say work with you, I think of like the gym, or like a creative project, or maybe even a job. You know what I mean? Like, I want to work with you. They want to work with you, or they want to be around you, or be with you while you do whatever you do. So like, or they want you to be with them while they do what they do. So, hey, what's up, Kenny? What you doing up here this early or this late? You know, so whatever you do, they want to be part of that. They want to be part of your schedule, part of your routine, or they say that you tag along a lot. You're like part of their schedule, part of their routine. They reach out to you on a consistent basis. You reach out to them on a consistent basis. You know what I mean? They also, so eighth house can also be a house of status, but it's a status that's inherited by other people. So either they feel like they've become either maybe more attractive since dealing with you, or that you've become more attractive since dealing with them. They tell their friends that. So like there is a glow up for some of y'all, but they feel like it either came because you've been dealing with them or because they've been dealing with you. So it could be the glow up for them. I don't know. Who knows though? But you do make them nervous at times, and they still can't figure out why. So like even if you guys have been dealing with each other for like a consistent time, they don't know why they still get nervous around you, or why they still kind of like overthink their moves or overthink themselves around you. You know what I mean? Even though they feel safe and feel seen and feel like there's trust and intimacy, there's still like a sense of nervousness when you show up or when they're talking to you or interacting with you. So, all right, could be a Leo, could be a Scorpio, Gemini, Virgo, Capricorn, Virgo, Libra, Aquarius, Taurus, not Taurus, Capricorn, Gemini, Virgo, Sag, Pisces. I say Aries, Scorpio? Yeah, I did. All right. Okay. Well, normally I'll be up late too, but this time I'm up. I might not fall asleep till like 6 o'clock, and then my daughter supposed to get dropped off early morning because her mom going to the dentist. So now she's gonna be here early morning, and then I'm supposed to go to the gym. Now I don't know, when she get here, she may or may not want to go with me. We gonna see. If she goes, she goes. If she don't, I'll be back. I'll be back. All right, so Gemini, what do they tell their friends about you? What do they tell them? What do they tell them friends about you? What do they tell your friend? Okay, abundant. All right, so Jupiter. All right, again, so they're going to tell people that you're a big deal to them, but they also tell people that you're very spiritual, like in an enlightened way. Thank you so much. Ooh, piece of candy. Thank you so much. He called me the Bible thumper. No, he called you a Bible thumper? Dang. Tell him be nice. You don't say that to people you love. Be nice. All right, so what do they tell people? They tell people that you're a student of life, that you guys have like a big perspective on the world and a big perspective on yourself, that you're also like always learning, that you're, some of y'all, they're telling people that they have to get to know you all over again because the earth is here, which has to do with reorientation. So they could be telling people that they have to get to know you all over again, or they're telling people that you have to get to know them all over again, or they're telling people that you're getting to know yourself all over again. One of the two. One of the two is happening here. But they also view you as like somebody who's otherworldly, not really from like this world, from this planet, not like I'm not gonna say not like everybody else, but you have a philosophy that kind of elevates you, or you have a way of existing in the world that elevates you amongst your environment or among the people in your environment. Like you stand out in your community, or you stand out in your city, town, state, whatever. Most likely your city, town, but maybe your city, town, state. Like if you stand out in your state, that's why they view you as a big deal. But even if you stand out just in your town, just in your career or whatever, they mention that. They mention that to their friends. They mention it like it was good luck or a stroke of luck to run into you, or to like be with you. Like you help them grow, you help them expand. They learned a lot from you, or they do learn a lot from you. Also, they view you as being very stable, very abundant, very prosperous. You know, they like your nature. You're just their independent. I would say some of y'all is an independent nature. So you guys maybe also come off as kind of preachy, because Sagittarius or Jupiter energy could be Sagittarian. It could be like preacher-like. Think of like Joel Osteen. What's my boy? Dang, I can't think of his name. He got caught up in the scandal. T.D. Jakes. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it's like that. So maybe they kind of view you as like that. Like you have a duality. Like you could be of the world, but like not, I mean, in the world, but like not of it. So they kind of feel that way about you. Like you can do stuff that like worldly people do, or people who are like, you know, into the masses. And then you have like your own like transcendent type of vibe. Where like, okay, I'm above this. I don't do that. Like I do some of the stuff. And even though I don't do what y'all be doing, I'm not judging you for it. So they tell friends that, like, you don't judge them for like maybe not doing what you do or being how you be. Like you accept them. All right. The view is very optimistic too. So they be telling people that, like, she's always in a good spirit, or he's always in good spirits. You get a magician. So they tell people that y'all be manipulating at times, or that you guys did manipulate them. Yeah, Knight of Pentacles or Knight of Swords. They feel like, okay, so they tell people that you guys led them astray, or just told them what they wanted to hear, made it look like it was something like you guys were creating stability. Maybe because you have stuff going for yourself. They feel like you just made it look like you guys were building stability or like you guys were going in the same direction. So they be telling people that you like, what they say, that you be talking out your ass at times. You like, but you're also good at improvising. So like during conversations, you're good at like hearing what they say and then making it sound like, yeah, oh yeah, that too. I feel that way too, or yeah, I want to do that too. They kind of feel like you just be lead them astray. Just say what you want to say, just to kind of get your point across. Like you have an issue, like I would say an issue of like being direct with them. Like they feel like you're only blunt. So they tell people that you're only, maybe they tell them this, that you're only blunt when you want something. That's when you could be very direct or very like straightforward with it. But up until that point, you're leading them astray. You're giving them mixed signals, mixed communications. You're telling them one thing, doing another. So they be telling them that. They also tell people that you're very scatterbrained. You know, maybe one day you're working on something, then the next day you're working on this, then the next day you got this plan, then the next day you're doing this. I mean, that's a Gemini trait. I get it. All right. But anyway, they want to improvise with the connection between y'all. So they want to talk. They be telling their friends that they want to talk to you, but they haven't talked to y'all. We got Knight of Swords in reverse. So if you guys haven't talked, or if you don't talk that much, then it comes off as like you maybe try to find reasons not to talk to them. You know what I mean? Or not to answer, or not to call them back, or something along the lines of that. Yeah, Nine of Swords. They be worried about you guys a lot. They feel intimidated to reach out, or just like, I don't know, they maybe annoyed. Yeah, maybe they feel like you're easily annoyed. Again, that's what it's giving a vibe of, like you can get easily annoyed by the conversations with them, or you get fed up and then stop talking, or something like that. It gives a vibe of like, okay, I heard what you said, but like we're talking about the same thing, so I'm done talking about it. Like you kind of shut them down in that light. So they be telling their friends like you don't really talk to them like that. They haven't really heard from you like that. They don't even know what's going on with you. You know, so we got Three of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles. So they really want to start the connection over with y'all, if I'm really being honest. Three of Pentacles with the Ace of Pentacles, but the Ace of Pentacles was in reverse. So they be telling their friends like they don't know exactly how to be helpful or supportive towards you to try to get the relationship off the ground. That's what's really going on. Who's showing out? Who's showing out? Kimmy showing out? Oh, he's a pastor. Damn. All right. So anyway, yeah. So some of y'all, they're telling their friends that they got faith that you guys are like maybe come back together or start over again, or allow them to like, you know, maybe be useful in your life or be helpful in your life. They feel like you got a lot of people around you that's like keeping the connection from getting off the ground. So some of y'all could be like, let's say followers, subscribers, likers, people on Facebook or whatever, Instagram. Maybe it's your coworkers. They kind of feel like there are other people who are helping you up, and that's part of the reason why you're not like reaching out. So they may feel like you have other people around you already. So it could be possibly romantic in their mind, but if it's not that, then it's just like you don't really want to like build with them. You don't want to build stability with them, or they're telling their friends that they didn't really want to build stability with you. One of the two. You know what I mean? So they may have told their friends that they just told you what they wanted you to know, or what they wanted to, like, you know what I mean? Like just kind of misled you, strung you along just to kind of get what they wanted because you're very abundant, or you were just like a big opportunity that they wanted to seize. So some of y'all, it may be that. Like they just wanted to seize the opportunity to like, you know, maybe have a experience with y'all. So some of y'all, they did say that. You know what I mean? But for the most part of y'all, this is like somebody who's missing y'all. Because we got the death in reverse. This is somebody who's missing y'all and doesn't really want it to end, but also doesn't know what to say either. And they're like nervous or just kind of like intimidated to even reach out and say anything. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like maybe you both are waiting on each other to say something. You know what I'm saying? Because it kind of gives that vibe of like, I'm waiting on you to say something, and they're waiting on you to say something. You're just like, are they gonna reach out? And they're like, shit, when she gonna reach out? When he gonna reach out? So they be telling their friends that they become maybe more aware of like how much of an impact you made in their life. So, and then that's what the Nine of Swords could be, like guilt, shame, embarrassment because of it. Like, damn, maybe I messed this up. Maybe I messed this up. Like, how can I repair this? How can I create stability or security with this person? You know what I mean? So that's them pretty. Oh, you know what? So that's maybe it's just them asking their friends how I can do this, because the Three of Pentacles is a strategy card too. So it's how do I do this? Where should I assert myself? Where should I get aggressive at? You know what I mean? Like they used to like working with you or interacting with you or being around you consistently. So they be telling people that, like, I used to like being around her, or I like being around her, if if it's still the same thing, or I like being around him. You know what I mean? So if you do be around them, then they like it, but they also kind of feel like you're leading them astray, not really telling them where the connection is going if you are dealing with them currently. But I kind of was getting the impression that some of y'all aren't dealing with this person, but if it's like a newer person, then it's like they're kind of like wondering like where will it go? You know what I mean? Thinking about how they can build stability with you, how they can keep you from moving on, or how they can keep you from like leaving, or you know what I mean, maybe not taking this relationship as serious. They be strategizing in all that way. All right, so it could be a Virgo, Gemini, Sag, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Gemini, Aries, Scorpio, Capricorn, Aries, Scorpio, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Pisces, Sag. All right. So, Cancer. All right, Cancer. What do they tell their friends about you? Cancer. So what do they tell their friends about you? I seen Virgo, I seen Sag and Pisces. We got Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. We got Aquarius. So again, very similar to Gemini. They tell their friends that they would like to, let's say, approach you in a more diplomatic way. Could be doing with a Leo, Aquarius, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and I said Pisces, right? They be telling their friends that you're really creative, really artsy. They also tell them that they want to date you. Or that you're like, I would say some of y'all, because the Aquarius energy is here, that you're not their usual type, but you're very opinionated, and you also cause them to look at things differently. So they view you as they're telling people that you are more like somebody who can understand like where things are coming from or where people are coming from. Again, like down to earth. You give that down to earth vibe, but also like a fun guy, fun girl, party, creative, outgoing, but also very detached. Like you can be, let's say, alone, or you can be isolated from people, or you can separate yourself from the masses in that way. They find you to be very creative. So they're telling everybody that you're very creative. Just fifth house can also make you very attractive. So they're telling their friends that you're very attractive, that they want to date you. And fifth house is also about sex. You know what I mean? So they could be telling people that while you may not be their usual type, or they may not be your usual type, that they want to date you. They find you to be appealing, all right, very attractive. They want to get some of y'all. They want to get to know you guys all over again, because Earth also represents getting reorientated. You know what I mean? So they could become maybe more aware of your attractive qualities, like maybe traits that at one time they overlooked. So they're telling friends now, like, you know what? I think I like to heal the connection between us, or I like to try to like approach them as if it doesn't really, like, hopefully it doesn't really matter. So like they want to get to know you all over again, but like from a sense where it doesn't really matter. And if this is like a newer person, this is a person who wants to get to understand like your way of living, how you exist in the world. Like they kind of feel like you're unusual to them. Your way of doing stuff is unusual. So it's kind of like, I'm curious. I like to explore a little bit more with you and see where this can go. So they be telling their friends that. They're also passionate about you. They tell their friends that they're passionate about you. All right. That you're very cultured. Could be doing, some of y'all, they be telling their friends that they obsessed about sleeping with y'all. Cause I got the devil and the moon. So they be obsessed about sleeping with y'all. So they be still fantasizing. Maybe they be telling maybe they make up stories about sex with y'all. You know what I mean? Or make up or maybe it's that. Or they be talking about like they don't really know who you be dealing with, like who you be sleeping with or who you be dealing with. Like they kind of feel like you could be toxic. So they could be telling their friends that maybe you're toxic, or that they're obsessed about you. I think that might be it. With the moon and the devil, that's an obsessive energy, where it's kind of hard to really express it. It's kind of hard to really like understand it. So that's what they tell their friends, that you got them obsessed. You got them sprung. That's what it is. I'm sprung. How'd you get me? That's what it is. You got them sprung. Even though they're not your usual type, or you're not their usual type, they find you to be attractive, desirable in that light. You know what I mean? So they would like to romance you. They also feel like you're very romantic. You know what I mean? Very charming, very flirtatious, knowing how to keep their attention, even if it's in an unusual way. Like, you know, maybe your way of like catching their attention is like, I don't know, maybe you're nice, maybe you're mean, maybe you're like distant, maybe you're cold, all those things, you know what I mean? So they're like, you know, they tell their friends about that, you know what I mean? They also tell their friends that they have to be analytical about how they like pursue you, or that you're very analytical with the way that you pursue them. Like it comes off as if you don't really care if it goes anywhere. So they be telling their friends that. That's what the obsession is, because now we got the Empress in reverse. So they be telling their friends that they don't really feel good enough. I'm not gonna say So nobody probably ever says, I don't feel good enough, girl. I don't feel good enough, guy. Nobody ever like really tells their friends that. What they probably just said is that they don't know how they would match up or how like if they would like keep you satisfied because they feel like you're spoiled. We got the Empress in reverse. So they be telling people that you're spoiled, you're bougie, you're a little stuck up, not just anybody or everybody like catches your attention. You know what I mean? So that might be their way of saying like I don't really feel good enough yet because I kind of feel like she expects a lot. You know what I mean? They're spoiled. People just be giving them attention. But with the Empress here, this is also a down to earth energy. So they still view you as like being down to earth, but like bougie or like expecting of like grand gestures and all that stuff. So that's how they would feel like they need to win you over. Is with a grand gesture, but like at the same time, make it seem like it's not really a big deal. So this would be like them giving you $100,000 and just act like, oh yeah, it ain't nothing, ain't nothing. I just wanted to give it to you. Ooh, thank you so much. Oh, you're a new member. Okay, thank you for being here, new member. So it's kind of like that. It's like, I appreciate her, I value it. Some of y'all, they feel unappreciated by you or undervalued by you. You know what I mean? Like they kind of feel like where would they have a place in your life? So they be telling their friends like, I don't know where I would fit into her life, his life, or I don't know where they would fit into my life. Like you made this person have to look at life from a different perspective, from a more detached angle where they can't really care or base their value or base the connection on like other people's perception because to them you may be somebody who's just for them. You know what I mean? Like you're attractive to them especially, but it also kind of gives a vibe of like you're just for me. You know what I mean? So they kind of feel this way about you. Now they also tell their friends that they want to have children because we got the Empress here. So they also tell their friends that they want to have children with y'all or that you guys would make like a good parent or a good mother, good father, or something like that. Two of Wands. Yeah, they're strategizing. So they be telling their friends they're going to try to get you pregnant in their mind. Could be an Aries, Scorpio, or they're going to try to get pregnant. All right. Could be an Aries, Scorpio, Libra, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo, Aquarius, Leo. All right. Yeah, I know first and foremost they want to date y'all, but they want it to be practical. So like the dates or wherever y'all go, they want it to be practical. Something that maybe you guys could share the experience and hold on to it. So they're strategizing about that. Some of y'all, they're strategizing to get you guys really comfortable so you won't want to go anywhere. So they're telling their friends like, yo, I want you to do, yeah, they see potential in y'all. Now, normally whenever I see when I see the Empress in reverse, it normally would mean that you're a bad mom. But in this case, with all this other good stuff going on, I highly doubt that they would think of you as a bad mom. They may think of you as lazy at times, you know what I mean, and expecting them to do a lot for them, or they expect you to do a lot for them. I mean, or they expect, or you expect them to do a lot for you, or they expect you to do a lot for them. It's one or two. But if you do a lot for them, they feel like you be strategic about how you're going to move the relationship forward or how you're going to progress the relationship, and they're aware of that. So it could be a Aquarius, Capricorn, Taurus. They also tell their friends that they're getting impatient with you, so they feel like they need to strategize to like how to keep you around or how to keep you comfortable. They want you to be comfortable, cozy, where you're not accepting offers from anybody else. So that they tell their friends that basically you're the one, or they're going to keep you, or they want to keep you, or that you're trying to keep them. One of the two. You know what I mean? They're saying one of the two. Now, for very few of y'all, maybe. For very, very few of y'all, maybe they do say that about you. Maybe not being the best parent or something like that, or like not wanting to be a parent at times or something like that. So sometimes they do probably tell their friends that. But, that can probably come out of frustration because of the Aries energy. That may just come out of frustration if they do say that. You know what I mean? Because with the Seven of Pentacles, everything else gives the impression of like they're being patient with you. They can see you getting better over time. Because they tell their friends that like you're getting better over time. So they're planning, some of y'all are planning to try to like come off their throne or come off their pedestal and appease you. Or like, you know what I mean? Yeah, come off their, yeah, and maybe like spoil you or try to like cater to you. Like it's a strategy to this. So they're telling their friends like, okay, I'm going to try to renew the connection between us. Because the Ace of Cups is here. Some of y'all are going to try to renew the connection between y'all and then try to appease you. But it's strategic. And it's like over time, gradually, they feel like eventually you guys will get to the destination if they like play it this way. You know what I mean? So there's a strategy. You know what I mean? Strategy could be anybody, like anything. You know what I mean? Like I tell my friends, yo, if you see her at the mall, tell her that I got a new job or some shit. You know what I mean? Like big me up, bro. You know what I mean? So like it's a strategy. It's a strategy. Like tell her I got a promotion. Tell her this or that. You know what I mean? So they tell their friends like, I don't know, maybe their friends are intertwined in this in some way because it gives a vibe of like being strategic to try to get you to see them as valuable. You know what I mean? So if it's a past person, this is somebody who feels like they weren't appreciative of you, and they regret that. You know what I mean? So now they're strategizing to get you back. And if this is a newer person, this is a person who's strategizing to keep you because they see potential of this becoming something greater or something more. All right. You're also very patient with them, but they also kind of view you as like a dictator at times. Like, even though you come off as like diplomatic, like it still kind of come off as like my way, the way I want it to be. You know what I mean? So, you know, all right. It's a cup though. They also feel like you don't really love them the way they want to be loved. So it doesn't always, things didn't turn out the way they wanted to, or they didn't love you the way that you wanted to be loved. So the circumstances between y'all didn't turn out, and it didn't like, you know, expand or grow in the way that they wanted it to. So they kind of feel like they missed out on a very beneficial opportunity to deal with you. So they be telling their friends that, you know what I mean, that maybe they got distracted, and after that it was over. You know what I'm saying? Or you got distracted and that was it. It was over. So it could be dealing with a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Aquarius, Leo, Taurus, Capricorn, Aquarius, Aries, Scorpio, Libra, Taurus, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Sag, Leo, Taurus, Scorpio. All right. They feel like eventually, though, y'all get back on the right path again, or eventually you guys will like encounter each other again, or something like that. They're kind of waiting on that. There's a strategy to it. Like, I'm being patient because eventually I feel like I'm going to be able to say something to you and encourage you to kind of go in the direction I want you to go in, or I'm going to be able to like turn this situation in my favor. So they're saying that to their friends. Right now, sometimes with the charity, I mean with the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, it can also be about external circumstances that kind of keep you guys from being together, whether it be status, whether it be traditions, whether it be distance, whether it be, I said status because I was thinking like work, career. So maybe work, you know what I mean? Other circumstances outside the relationship are hindering y'all from getting the connection off the ground. That's what they tell their friends. All right. So, Leo, what do they tell their friends about you? If it all could be so simple. They need to stop telling their friends and speak up. They ain't got to tell you nothing, Bella. You need to be able to read their mind. That's what women be wanting men to do. We need to read your mind. Y'all need to be able to read minds then. I'm talking shit. All right, so what do they tell their friends about you? They tell their friends that y'all be dating, that they want to renew the connection between y'all. Could be on the Libra, Taurus, Scorpio. They also like how you carry yourself. So you're well dressed, very aesthetically pleasing, attractive, but also sensual. Yeah. I'm about to say sensible too. So sensible and sensual. All right. But also like easy to get along with, very intense. You bring up insecurities in them that they didn't know that they need to like face. Yeah, we got Lilith here in Aries. All right, so they view you guys as being very sexually active. So a lot of y'all, they view you guys as like maybe having an insatiable. Some of y'all maybe a sexual addiction, but then for some of y'all, it's more of like an insatiable craving for sex, or just very intense when it comes to sex. Like, you know what I mean? Maybe some of y'all, they may even tell their friends that they want to dominate you, or they want to be dominated by you, because we got the Aries energy, which is a dominating energy, especially with Lilith. It makes you be untamed, unbridled, very intense, very direct, very like bold with your actions. So some of y'all, they view you guys like very sexual, very comfortable with your sexuality. They view you guys also as like a temptation. So if it's like a newer person, even if it's a past person, they're tempted to try to renew the connection. You know what I mean? So some of y'all, they really like your sex, or they really want to have sex with you. All right, so. They also like that you're independent. So they be telling their friends that you be doing things on your own. But a lot of y'all, they really are based around your sex life and your romantic life, the partners that you have. So it could be a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Aries, Libra, Taurus, Scorpio maybe. All right. They obsess again about like having control over you, or being able to like assert themselves. Yeah, we got Vesta here. So they really want to have a connection with y'all. They want to be part of your day-to-day routine or your schedule, if I'm really being honest. Because now we got the sixth house here. So they want to devote themselves to seeing you, being with you on a regular. So really, they're telling their friends that they want to sleep with y'all regularly, or that they want to be empowered by having a connection with you. Like they want to compete for your attention, or compete to keep you. Very similar. All right, or they feel like they have to compete, and that they need to stand out in some way, because they feel like you got a lot of options, that you get to date. You can date a lot of different people. A lot of people find you to be attractive. A lot of people find you to be sexually desirable. You're what's the word? You are easily empowered in maybe in your sexuality, but you're also empowered in doing the things that you want to do because you have independence and a sense of like confidence to go after the things you want. So you're very ambitious in their mind. They tell people that. Yeah, she's really ambitious. Yeah, he's really ambitious. They get stuff done. They just be doing what they want to do. You know what I mean? So they're proud of you in that light. Like, yeah, they just do what they want to do, but they also kind of feel like, because sometimes Lilith can be things that we do be proud of or we do want to engage in, but we also kind of feel like it's wrong. You know what I mean? So like maybe they know that let's say for instance, you're a woman, because normally this could be taboo for a woman to have multiple sexual options. So this may be somebody who like feels like you shouldn't be having all these many options. You shouldn't be able to have sex like that. And you're a woman, but they like it. You know what I mean? And it makes them question why they like it. You know what I'm saying? Like, why do I like that you're having sex like that? You know what I mean? Like it kind of finds like it's kind of intriguing. If I'm really being honest, it's kind of intriguing. They may not never say that, because Lilith is one of those things that we usually suppress because we don't want to be judged. We don't want to be ostracized or, kicked out of our friend group or kicked out of our social class or whatever. So it's kind of like that. Like if you are like desired in that light, or if it's even been rumors about you being kind of easy or having that type of sexual life or whatever, they find that to be like intriguing or like exciting, you know what I mean? But like in a hidden way. All right. Like it kind of makes them like fired up to want to compete, to really have to like show up and really be the best version of themselves. You know what I mean? So they also say that you take care of your body. They be telling their friends that you still like, so some of y'all still got it. If you're older, you feel like you still got a body, or you still take care of your body, or you're into health, fitness, eating right. You have a good routine. So this may be like you go to work on the same time, or you do something at the same time. You say, yeah, out here without me. Fool in reverse. So they tell their friends that they didn't take a risk with y'all. That maybe you're really like sporadic, or not sporadic, you're very like, I would say hard to pin down. But also the fool gives me a come and go as I please. You give that energy. Like when I feel like it, I'll go. I'll do what I want to do, because like they feel like they can't really pin you down. When you choose to get up and go, or when you want to go, that's it. You know what I mean? And they also feel the vibe of just in and out. It's an in and out. So they tell their friends like they're in and out. You know what I mean? That they should have took the risk, but they were afraid. So some of y'all, they wanted to have a connection with you. They wanted to risk trying to devote themselves to you, but they were kind of afraid. Because some of y'all, like I said, because you guys got options, they like, man, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? This might be a tall tree to climb. You know what I mean? So they may tell their friends like, she got choices. People are attracted to her. She's really desirable. He's really desirable. You know what I mean? I want to be part of her routine, or I want to see him and her on a regular basis. I want to see them on a consistent basis. You know what I mean? But also I want to have like a connection with them. Some of y'all, they want it to be more spiritual. Like it don't even have to have like a title. They don't even want to have they don't even care if it has a title or nothing. You know what I mean? They just kind of want to indulge in you. So they be telling their friends that they just want to like, some of y'all, they just want to have a shot. They just want to have a shot with you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I had to scratch my head on that. I was like, what's going on here? Some of y'all just want to have just a shot with you. Just like, let me at least just see what can happen. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I kind of feel like they're also trying to build their confidence to just take a risk towards you. So some of y'all, that's what they're telling their friends. Like, I might just see what's up. Let me just try and see what's up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it does give a spiritual commitment, though. They also feel like you'd be very focused on the things that you want. Like, you get really focused and passionate about things that you want, and nothing can deter you from it. So they be telling them, like, when she wants something or when he wants something, that's it. That's all they're going to do. They're just going to go after that. They're going to make that happen. You know what I mean? So they tell their friends that. Like, you keep showing up, even if you're like inconsistent, or even if you like sporadically show up, you just keep doing it. You just keep doing what you want to do. Foolhardy, I have no idea what that word means or what that saying is. They also feel like you're a person of service. So they be telling people that you're good at like taking care of their needs. So so you could either please them very much sexually, or you just know how to please them. Like you could be more of like a motherly, fatherly figure, but like in a sense where you're like taking care of their day-to-day routines or their schedule. So maybe they tell people they had to either do that for you or that you did that for them. Like you kept them up like on their schedule, on their routine. Like it became part of their day-to-day process. You know what I mean? So like day-to-day they see you. So like some of y'all, they be thinking, if it's like a newer person, they be thinking each day that they see you, like one of these days I'm gonna take a risk, or one of these days she's gonna take a risk towards me. You know what I mean? So they be telling their friends like one day, because they really want to jump y'all bones. They really trying to freak off on y'all. You know what I'm saying? So like they like, yo, one of these days I'm gonna take a risk, or they gonna take a risk. You know what I mean? So they must see y'all regularly, because sixth house could be like, yeah, we got a star in reverse. So yeah, some of y'all, they're telling them that y'all lost weight because you guys maybe are into fitness, or you guys are into like, I don't know, maybe just like showing your body off. So they maybe feel like that, like you show your body off a lot now. Even if you feel uncomfortable in it, they feel like you be showing more of your body now, or something like that. But it's like it's like here and there. So like they get to see like, maybe it's like a tease. Maybe they're viewing you as a tease. Maybe they tell their friends that you're a tease, that you be teasing them. I think that's what it is. They feel like you guys be teasing them. You know, because they feel like you're a temptation, and they haven't really quite took the leap towards you. Could be a Sag, could be a Cancer. Yeah, they feel like you guys are very arrogant, lacking humility. You know what I mean? Because maybe you're super confident, like, oh, I already know I got this, or I already know that I'm attractive, or I already know that so many people want me and all that. Like they feel that that's what they tell people, like, oh, somebody wants her, somebody always wants him, her. So it's not even like, you know what I mean? So they kind of, some of y'all with the star in reverse, it could be like they kind of feel like the relationship between y'all is hopeless. But at the same time, they're still keeping out hope that maybe, like, you know, maybe just some random chance or random occurrence, maybe running across you would like allow something to happen between y'all. You know what I mean? So they're kind of holding out hope that maybe they run across you one day, like in their day-to-day. Let's say they run across you, let's say outside of work or at work one day, or, you know what I mean? Like they kind of want to run across you and then have some type of random experience where like it allows the relationship between y'all to renew itself. And if it's a newer person, this is somebody who's keeping out hope of like running across you, asserting themselves, putting on their bravado, being super confident, expressing themselves in a more empowered way, and then trying to become part of your day-to-day routine, meaning that maybe we text every day, maybe I call you every day, maybe I see you every day, maybe we do so well. In the sixth houses, usually we do something independent, but like we're around each other. So it's be like, I always think of like work, where we have different cubicles. I may see you every day, but maybe me and you don't talk every day. You know what I mean? So they say that, like maybe like sporadically here and there, you guys talk. Sporadically here and there, you may run into them. Sporadically here and there, you guys may have sex or something like that. Like they feel like you're really like catch me if you can type of vibe. So they be saying that, like, you're a catch me if you can. Like I gotta catch them when I can. You know what I mean? Because they're really conceited and confident and think that they can just have anybody or everybody. So yeah, of course it's a Leo. And they also want your attention back on them. They miss having your attention on them. So they want to be pressuring you. So they may tell their friends they're gonna try to put the pressure on you to get you to like recognize them, to notice them again, that, you know what I mean, that they put in a lot of work or a lot of effort to like get you to realize that they're attracted to you or something like that. They kind of feel like you're not attracted to them. That's what they're telling their friends, like, you don't really like me, she's not really into me, or he's not really into me. He's got all these other options, she's got all these other options, she's not really into me like that. So they tell their friends that, like, you know what I mean, like they're sexually frustrated, and that you would be like a good release, that they would like to release with you. So could be a Virgo, could be a Leo, could be a Cancer, could be a Sag, Capricorn, Aquarius, Sag, Aries, Aquarius, Aries, Scorpio, Libra, Taurus. Yeah. All right. It was a whole lot more I could have told y'all, but it's like 1 a.m. I ain't finna go too crazy. Next time. Yes, they need a release. All right. Oh, okay. So Virgo, they be telling people that you guys got money, or you guys are good with money. They also feel like you guys are very traditional, or have a lot of self-worth and a lot of confidence because of either your material success or because of your stability, your foundation that originally got you to where you are. They also feel like you have strong beliefs or strong value system. So it could be dealing with a Taurus, could be dealing with a Gemini. All right, so they feel like it's hard to talk to you guys at this point. So they be telling their friends that maybe you block them, or that there's an issue with you guys coming to a compromise when in your conversations. Like maybe there's no like, yeah, because they feel like you have strong values or principles, and that you value yourself, and that you have a lot of self-worth. So it's like, I'm not looking to compromise. So they feel like it's hard for you to compromise, or it's hard for you to come to some type of like even give and take between the both of y'all. But they also tell their friends that after each conversation with you, you be pissing them off. Every conversation they have with you, they feel like pisses them off at some point. But it also causes them to like do some deep reflection and like question themselves, you know what I mean? And question the way that they think. But for real, bro, if I'm really being honest, they also question the way you think. Like, what made you come to the conclusions that you come to? You know what I mean? So they view you as somebody who's like, like you guys may have like times where you guys are able to communicate and like get clear communication or clear, I don't know, like a clear line of thought from each other. But then at the same time, they also kind of feel like there's a lot of power struggles between y'all. Because when there's a time for compromise, you refuse to. It's just you're almost like an emperor. It's just your way. When you decide that this is how it needs to go, then this is it. So they kind of feel like a lot of y'all are very traditional, you know what I mean, or have a certain value system that doesn't allow you to like, you know what I mean, like I'm gonna say compromise, but it's really to like maybe like be humble in a way. Like they feel like you maybe should be humble. So they'd be telling their friends like she needs to be humble, you know what I mean, or he needs to be humble. So it could be a Cancer, could be a Gemini, and Taurus. All right. So what do they tell their friends about you? That they're really weighing the pros and cons about whether to negotiate or whether to reach out. Yeah, we got the sun here. They tell their friends that you make them happy though. That they would you were the happy. If you're just a past person, they tell their friends that you were the happiest. That they were the happiest when they were with you. But now it's an issue. Now it's a problem because maybe like the way that it used to work doesn't work anymore. Like the way that they used to talk to you doesn't work anymore. The way that they used to be able to get you to like think or like communicate with them doesn't work anymore. The happiness that they feel like they used to bring into your life isn't that anymore. You know what I mean? They still feel good, like good feelings for you. You know what I mean? But it's also kind of like do they feel the same way about me? So that's what they tell their friends. Like you think she's happy. So they be telling their friends that they think you're happy without them. If you guys aren't dealing with each other. Yeah, Nine of Swords. I told you. Nine of Swords in reverse too. So they fear you guys being happy without them. You know what I mean? Like maybe you already have another relationship. Maybe you are like not needing a relationship because they kind of feel like you're happy either way. Like well, whatever. They kind of feel like you ignore them now or aren't really thinking about them. So they be telling their friends like, yeah, or they could be telling their friends that they're not really thinking about you, that they're happy now. You know what I mean? I'm happy that I'm not like dealing with her or with him. There was a stress anyway. Like they used to always make me doubt myself. And so some of y'all, they may say that about you, but with the sun here, the sun always makes it a lesser of the two evils or a lesser of a bad situation. So if they were saying that, they still miss you. In hindsight or in the quiet moments, they be feeling bad. In quiet moments, they be like, damn, they be regretting shit. They be overthinking what they did. They be remembering past conversations. They remember the memories or the experiences that y'all had, and they be smiling about it, but they also be kind of like sad or like in anguish, like, damn, I got to either go back and say something to her or to him, or I got to just let this go. You know what I mean? Or is it I'm going to like silently obsess about this for the longest. You know what I mean? So, all right. They also be telling their friends that you be waking up, that y'all like wake up early. You guys are early risers. You guys will always get up in the morning, like early. You know what I mean? So yeah, I mean, you guys being Virgo, so maybe you guys have like a routine or something like that in the morning. But they think that you guys are like early risers. Like maybe you go to bed early and get up early. Kind of gives that with the sun and the Nine of Swords. Gives me like I'm up early. Or like, okay, it could even be like I stay up late, like I break dawn. So maybe you stay up overnight, maybe you work overnight or some shit like that or something. We got Gemini, Aries, Scorpio, Leo, Gemini. They like the way that you communicate and the way you express your thoughts, though. They do like it. It's just that because you don't think the way that they think, it do be causing them frustration. You know what I mean? But like I said, in hindsight, when they go home and they think about what you said, they be like, all right, I could kind of see that. It makes sense. I kind of see what she was saying and what he was saying. So they do say that. What's up, Tiffy? Queen of Swords. You nag them a lot. So they say it to their friends. They nag me a lot. Like, I don't even know if I really want to put up with their shit because, like, maybe you are very, like, vindictive at times. Like, you could be petty. Like, if you do me this way, then I'm going to do you this way. So they kind of feel like you could be petty at times with your behaviors, with the way that you communicate with them. Like, they even kind of feel judged by you at times. Like, it's nervousness or afraid to approach you. So if it's a past person, they want to reach out, but they're afraid to approach you because they're afraid of, like, what you may say, what your judgment may be, what your verdict may be in the moment. You know what I mean? And they kind of nervous, like, because it's really from embarrassment. It's really from embarrassment because, like, I thought it was going to go my way, but it didn't go my way. You know what I mean? But, like, they're not saying that to their friends. Because I got Queen of Swords, Nine of Swords in reverse, Nine of Wands. They're not saying that. But realistically, this person's afraid of missing out. They're really afraid of, like, saying, hey, I think I made a bad mistake. I maybe misjudged the situation. Let's come to a compromise or let's talk things out. Like, they want to talk things out, but it's like, what if I go back and say something to her and then she, like, acts like, you know what I mean, blows me off. Like, they're worried about you blowing them off. So they've been telling their friends, like, I don't know if I should even, like, tell her what's really on my mind because they look like they're happy without me. They look like they're doing, you know what I mean, like they're enjoying themselves. Like, I don't want to go back and get rejected. That's what they don't want. They're telling friends, like, I don't want to go get rejected or told no. You know what I mean? Or treat it with disregard. Now, some of y'all, they were telling their friends that you did disregard them, but they still want to go back. And that's what they're not saying. Like even if you did, like even if you were dismissive towards them, nonchalant, not really caring about them or not really listening to them, like because some of y'all, they feel like you guys didn't really listen, that you may have just seen them as a fun time, so you weren't really like listening to what they were saying, or you weren't really like being perceptive to what to the like their fears or their worries, the stuff that they would bring up. They kind of feel like you just kind of like disregard that, like, oh, whatever, dismiss that shit. That's not what I want. You know what I mean? So they kind of feel like if it's not what you want, you just be like, man, I don't even care. I'm not even concerned at this moment. But it's got them in their head because they're concerned about like missing out on you because you were one of the best parts of their day or one of the best like highlights of their life where they can like think back like, dang, I do miss this person. But like guilt, shame is really keeping this person from like saying anything to you. You know what I'm saying? That's really keeping them from like even taking any type of action or advancing towards you. Because like, I don't want to be wrong. Like, what if I'm misreading this situation? You know what I mean? What if I'm just the only one that's still stuck in this connection and they're over this? You know what I mean? So like that's how they feel about it. It's like, now I don't know, because it depends. Like if this is a woman, then I can see a woman being vulnerable with their friends like that. But usually men don't be that vulnerable with their friends. But maybe they got a good partnership or a good friendship where they can just keep it real with their partner, I mean with their friends. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I kind of feel like it's something that they don't say, that they just kind of like suffer in silence. If I'm really being honest, because I got a 5 of Cups here too. Yeah, they be telling their friends that you got. Also, we got the Page of Wands. So they be telling their friends that you get them pissed off. You annoy them a lot. You know what I mean? Like your attitude annoys them. You know what I mean? You're like you don't care too much, and you always come off as maybe like very cold, callous about stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like they kind of feel like they can't bring stuff to you really. Like when it comes to like maybe conversations, hard conversations, they feel like they can't bring it to you because like you nag them or you basically like criticize them, judge them for like their decision making or for their way of thinking. You know what I'm saying? Like they like the way you think, but like when I think the way I think, like you criticize me for it. You know what I mean? So I can't really be who I want to be, you know what I'm saying? Or I can't really move in the world how I want to move. It's always conflict, it's always issues with you. You know what I mean? So they kind of single you out as like with you, it's always this. We don't get past a certain point because it's always you. So they may blame you a lot. And because they feel like you blame them. You know what I mean? So like maybe you guys are just petty in that light where you blame them, they blame you, and then it's just a bunch of like ego battles at that point. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not willing to compromise because she don't want to compromise. Or I don't want to compromise because he don't want to compromise. You know what I mean? But they also kind of feel like, I don't know, like they feel like you don't see where you were wrong. Like you don't see like where you were wrong. You don't take accountability. So that's what they tell their friends. You don't take accountability. You don't take accountability for your actions. Yeah, we know that's a woman. Yeah, like, you know, women don't take no accountability for nothing that they do. But I just seen you do that. No, I didn't. I didn't do that. But did you know why I did it? Women always say that. Do you know why I did that? You're like, why'd you do it? There's no reason for that. So that's what they say. Basically, you don't take no accountability. That's what they're telling their friends. But they still want to come back. So that's probably where the guilt and embarrassment comes from, or the shame comes from. Because like you made me so happy, but like I kind of feel like you have this disdain for me, you know what I mean, or this resentment towards me, and they have it towards you too. You know what I'm saying? But it's like I want to kind of like get it out in the air so I can kind of like get this off my mind. You know what I mean? So anyway, you said don't start your mess. I know. My bad, y'all. I was just messing. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. Judge my mind, not my heart. I'm not in my right mind. It's 1 a.m. All right. So anyway, it could be a Gemini, could be a Leo, could be an Aries, Scorpio, Gemini, Libra, Cancer, Sag, Cancer, Scorpio, Aries, Scorpio, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Some of y'all, they also tell their friends that you're not really interested in them. They feel like you weren't really that interested in them. You know what I mean? Like you were really looking for something maybe more for fun. So some of y'all, they really just viewed you as like looking at them as just fun, just entertainment, good for the moment, not really somebody who you could like see yourself settling down with. So that's like what they bring up to their friends, like they didn't really take me seriously. You know what I mean? So they must not know who I was, or they must not like realize like how important or how like happy I would make them. You know what I mean? So they be telling their friends that bullshit. All right. Some of y'all really broke their heart though. You really broke their heart. All right. Libra. So Libra, So Libra, I do realize it's a chat full of all feminine energy, and I love y'all. And I love y'all. All right. So anyway, so Libra, what do they tell their friends about you? What do they tell their friends about you? Oh, try. Okay, that you are a very beneficial opportunity that came into their life. They also kind of feel like you guys were fated to be around each other. Could be dealing with the Aries. They also feel like once you get in the mood, you can be very aggressive, very territorial, very assertive. They also feel like you're very confident. Some of y'all, they feel like you guys have improved on your confidence, like it's grown. You know what I mean? They also feel like they were like meant to run into you at some point. All right, like you have like a dominant energy, assertive energy, independent energy. You are noticed and recognized a lot. All right, that's what they tell people. Like you get noticed a lot. You know what I mean? Also, they tell people that you're really easy, really positive, inspiring, like helpful, supportive. Like when you come into their life, they feel like they got better. So they tell their friends like, my life got better when she came along, or when he came along. Like it helped me like assert myself. It helped me gain my confidence. It helped me become more masculine or more. Even if you're a woman, it helped. Like even if she was a woman, it helped her become a lot more assertive, where she's not just standing idly and waiting on situations or waiting on somebody to save her. It inspired her to start taking action. You know what I mean? So they tell their friends that like you got them on the good foot, on the right track, basically. Like when you came into their life, stuff started clicking. They started going in the right direction. And so you're very beneficial. They feel like it was like their reward. Like some of y'all, they feel like they were telling their friends that you were like their good karma. You know what I mean? When you came into their life, they expanded. Opportunities that weren't present before started popping up. You know what I mean? Just like all type of good luck just started happening when you came into their life. They also tell their friends that you're super impatient with them, but you're also like fun. I would say fun to talk to because you're really witty. So you always be having something to say that like kind of like retort or go back to like whatever they said. Like you can kind of carry on a conversation with like witty banter. So they be telling their friends that, you know what I mean? That you're really positive, you're really supportive. Yeah, Queen of Wands. They also view you guys as very attractive, but they view you guys as like overly arrogant, overly confident, knowing that you're attractive, knowing that you get like you get chose or that you get options or that people see you. Like as I said, you stand out. So they already kind of feel like you're conceited. So it could be doing the Leo, could be doing the Sag, could be doing the Cancer, Aries. I feel like you guys could be conceited. You know what I'm saying? He said, please don't block me. I'm only kidding. I didn't even see it. Let me look at what you said there. Oh yeah, I sure will. I definitely won't block you at all. Anyway, yeah, they feel like you guys are very conceited. 10 of Cups in reverse. So what do they tell their friends? They tell their friends that you're not really interested in a relationship with them. That you don't want a committed relationship with them. They kind of feel like you have another man or another woman, or that you always have like these makeshift relationships. So like these relationships that look like you're in a relationship, but like you're not really in a relationship. So they're like one night stands, but like extended one night stands. So like they tell people that like you may have like relationships that aren't relationships or that aren't committed. They be telling them that, or they tell them that you guys have like this relationship that like, what's the saying? What's the saying? What's understood doesn't need to be said, or some shit like that. You know what I mean? Yeah, you know what I mean. I don't know. I forgot what the saying is. What's understood doesn't need to be something said or something like that. Something like that. They be telling them that. Basic situationships, yeah, but they be telling them that like y'all have that type of connection. You know what I mean? Like we're in a relationship, but we're not in a relationship. So they be telling their friends that we're connected, but we're not connected. Now, for some of y'all, they be telling their friends that you guys are no longer in a relationship, that they're no longer attracted to the connection or no longer interested in the relationship. So they do tell them that. But they feel like it was still beneficial to run across you or still to have this experience with you. Like you're very dynamic, you're very aggressive, very assertive. Some of y'all, they view you guys as very controlling. You know what I mean? And because of like maybe your attractiveness, that's why you feel like you can just take lead or take charge in other people's lives. So they may look at you as a leader, but they also view you as like an arrogant leader or like a conceited leader, or you know what I mean? But so some of y'all, they want to have sex with y'all because the Queen of Wands in reverse is somebody who's sexually frustrated. So they could be telling their friends that they're like, maybe they haven't had sex as good as y'all's, or haven't had sex with y'all, like haven't had sex in a while, so they missed that. They missed that with y'all. They're like, I don't know. Some of y'all gonna say they're kind of like remembering the good times with y'all. All right. Like you take up all the attention in the room. So they be telling them that. So you're somebody that catches a lot of eyes. They be telling people that. You're the hair font. Oh, okay. So they tell people that you guys got a lot of traditional values. So they basically tell people that you guys are I was gonna say stuck in the past in a way, or that you guys are like they don't make people like you anymore. That's what they be telling them. They don't make people like this anymore because like you have maybe the mannerisms of, let's say, being a husband or being a wife, but also like a sense of like independence where like you don't have to necessarily be in a relationship. You can like still be on your own and still be fulfilled and still be happy. Like you don't need somebody else to make you feel complete. So they be telling people that. So maybe they learn this from you, because the Hierophant can also be like a mentor. So they may be telling people that they learn from you. Because I did say that earlier, like when you came into their life, they got better. They got their confidence up. They became more assertive. You know what I mean? So they kind of feel like you're a mentor to them. I don't know if they say that word. Maybe, but they do kind of feel like they learn a lot from y'all. Like they learn to like maybe be more confident, to like maybe they figured out that they're attractive because of you. Because we do got 3 of Pentacles. Could be a Capricorn, could be an Aries, Scorpio. So they want to build with y'all. I will say that with the 3 of Pentacles, they want to build with y'all. They want to have some type of like expansion with y'all. They be telling their friends that they want to have expansion with y'all. You know what I mean? Maybe even kind of like do something together. They want to do stuff with y'all, more stuff together with y'all. That's what they tell their friends. And they be also, whenever I see 3 of Pentacles, in this reading, 3 of Pentacles upright, don't really matter. Well, 3 of Pentacles upright in this case, in this reading is going to be about them wanting to like strategize on how. So they be telling their friend, like they be talking to their friends, basically trying to come up with a strategy about how they can get your attention, how they can get y'all to settle down, because they want y'all to settle down. They want y'all to get married. Now, for some of y'all, if you're already married, then that's what they be telling their friends, that like you're married, but then they maybe just side guy or side girl. You know what I mean? Like y'all have a relationship, but it's not a committed relationship because you're already in a relationship, or you're already like spoken for or some shit like that. So something like that is happening for some of y'all or somebody. You know what I mean? Because the Queen of Wands is the other woman, especially when she's in reverse. So some of y'all, they feel like the other woman, or maybe they're married, and I don't know, whatever the case may be, whatever. Because the 3 of Pentacles also gives me like the moon here, and we got the sun here too. All right, so they want to build towards happiness with y'all. They be telling friends that like this would be beneficial. Like you're easy to get along with. When you come along, you're really supportive. I feel confident when you're around me. You know what I mean? I feel protected when you're around me. You know what I mean? And some of y'all, they feel like I ain't had good sex since you've been gone. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't had it like that since you've been gone. So, you know. And then others of y'all, they're just desiring that from you. They're desiring sex, and they feel like there's a right or a wrong way to go about doing it with you. You know what I mean? But you make them feel overly. Some of y'all overly sexualized or overly sexual. Like they just kind of, it just be like they find it hard to repress their desire to have sex with you, or the desire to like be aggressive, possessive towards you. You know what I mean? Some of y'all, they feel like you guys don't even want sex with them though. Like, nah, I'm good. I'm cool. You know what I mean? They feel like that's like you value yourself too much to like even engage with them in that light. You know what I mean? So that's what they tell their friends. Like, nah, she ain't gonna give me none because I got a girl or I got a man, or nah, she ain't gonna give me none because I don't want to commit, or you know what I mean? Something like that. They're like that. They're like that. You know what I mean? They be telling their friends that they are trying to work with y'all. Maybe they met y'all through a social networking, because the 3 of Pentacles would be like networking. So maybe they met you through social networking, or through like other friends, or maybe through work, or 3 of Pentacles could also be your environment or your neighborhood. So maybe even through your neighborhood. So maybe they're telling their friends that like, oh, I met her through my neighborhood, or I met her something like that, or they live in my neighborhood or some shit like that. You know, but they don't really pay me no mind now. They don't give me no attention no more now. They really value or appreciate themselves now. They really like honor themselves. So I'm not getting the attention that I used to. But with the sun here, they still think good, happy thoughts about y'all. And we got the 4 of Wands. So they would like to like meet up one more time, at least for like a one night stand, because the 4 of Wands with the Queen of Wands, a one night stand. And with the sun, or at least they'd like to meet up with you. So it could be an Aries, Libra, Taurus. They at least want to meet up with y'all. You know what I mean? And then see if we could build some type of stability or security in the relationship. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, Queen of Cups can be, Queen of Wands can be, but if you were listening to the rest of the reading, whenever you have the sun in any reading, the sun always makes it the lesser of a bad issue, of a bad situation. So it wouldn't be just like mean and rude and all that. They would just view you more so as like cocky, arrogant, because it's still pleasing to them because the sun is there. So that still would please them. You're not necessarily a bad woman or a bad man to them. You know what I mean? It's pleasing. Like when you get overly arrogant or overly like throw a little tantrum and all that shit, they find that desirable. They find it attractive. Like normally, if it was somebody else who probably wasn't attractive, they would be like, "Fuck you. Who is this bitch? Who is this guy thinking that he can act like this and he ugly or she ugly?" You're not ugly to them, so they can put up with that shit. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. So like you be like you could throw your little temper tantrums or you could act how you want to act, but like yeah, you're attractive, so like I guess I could put up with that. You know what I mean? I could put up with your little games or whatever. So that's how they feel. All right, that's what they tell their people. All right. Yeah, you just seem to light up the room. If I'm really being honest, they feel like you just light up the room. You get a lot of attraction. You take all the attraction at certain points. So that's what they tell people. All right. They also kind of feel like this relationship has gotten complacent though. So that's something that you need to know. They tell them like maybe you guys have gotten like comfortable with each other. Maybe you no longer find them attractive anymore. Maybe you don't want to have sex with them as much, or they're saying the opposite about you. That like now they've gotten used to you. They don't want to have sex as much. You know what I mean? But if you haven't had it in a while, then they wanted to kind of do it again because I haven't fucked you in a while. So it's one of those. You get what I'm saying? So if they haven't had it in a while, then it's like, okay, I like to do it again because we haven't done it in a while. You know what I mean? It's like brand new to me now. So, all right, so it could be a Cancer, could be a Leo, could be a Sag, Taurus, Capricorn, Aries, Scorpio, Leo, Aries, Libra, Taurus, Aries. All right. They may have also told you, I don't know if you guys moved house, moved out, or something like that. Some of y'all, they feel like you don't even want them over at your house. Or maybe you don't have a house, I don't know. But some of y'all, they feel like you don't even allow them to come to your house anymore. Don't allow them to like spend time with you anymore, be like in your space anymore. So, all right. So Scorpio. What passed? What I did? That was Tiffany. That was a real wild reading. Okay. All right. So, Scorpio, what do they tell their friends about you? That you be speaking life into them. Could be a Virgo, could be a Gemini. All right. That what you say to them matters. They also be telling their friends that you stay like a short distance from them, or you stay maybe up the street or some shit like that, or it's only a short trip to go see you. All right, they see potential. So they be telling their friends they see potential in a relationship with y'all. Yeah, ooh, we got sextile and trine. So you're very easy to get along with, very communicative, very expressive, very inspiring, very helpful, very supportive, a big deal in their life. You know what I mean? So like when you come into their life, shit gets better. So that's what they tell people. You've enhanced the quality of life for being in their life. All right, that it was very beneficial to either encounter you or run into you. Also, I thought I just read sexy. So they view you guys as sexy. All right, but also like relationship worthy. You know what I mean? Also, they tell their friends that you be overindulging, you know what I mean? Maybe in pleasure or just experiences. Like, you know what I mean? They view you as a big deal. So they be like bigging you up or talking about you in a light that's like pretty high, pretty favorable. I can tell you that. And I'm quite sure we're probably going to see the sun in this reading too, because it gives that vibe of like, yeah, I'm happy I ran into him, her. You know what I mean? I'm glad they were in my life. Because like when they came along, I expanded, I grew, I became a better person. You know what I mean? My life like increased. The quality of life increased. Could be with a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. Could be with a Capricorn, Pisces, Aquarius. So they tell their friends that they're still holding on, or that they're going to go back to you if you guys aren't talking. Like if it's a past person, they're going to tell their friends that they're going to go back to you. You know what I mean? And that they want to express themselves. They want to talk. They want to open up. So they're curious about like why they haven't heard from you. So they may be talking to their friends about like why they haven't heard from you or why you guys aren't talking like the way you used to talk. Could be a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. Could be a Capricorn, Virgo. They tell their friends that you be putting yourself first all the time. Even though you could be good in a relationship, they tell themselves that they either need to put themselves first or that you be putting yourself first all the time. But like whenever they're around, it's good vibes. They be telling their friends that you're selfish though, or greedy, very self-possessed, really only focused on what you can get. But like at the same time, being in a relationship with you would be beneficial and that it would be very fruitful. They just feel like maybe they would need to cater to your needs more than their own. You know what I mean? So they be telling their friends that, like, you're selfish, you're greedy, you know, you're only really worried about what you need. So that's what they tell their friends. They only care about what they need, or they're only focused on their needs, or they're only focused on what they want. All right. But they do see a potential opportunity. For some of y'all, they tell their friends that you're holding back, that they don't really feel that empowered, or they don't really feel that confident that they'd be able to take lead or take charge of you. They don't really feel like they'd maybe make you to like do what they want you to do, that they can't really make you do what they want you to do because things are going so well for you. So they really don't have any power or any control in the relationship. They be telling their friends like, I can't really make her do nothing. Like, she's really independent, because Queen of Pentacles is an independent person. She don't really need no help. But they be telling their friends that like that they wish that you did need help, or if you do need help, then they be telling their friends that that's how they feel like they're going to be able to have control over the potential of the relationship because you need them. So if you do need them, then that's what they're telling their friends, that they're able to take control of the relationship because you do need them. But it was a lucky thing that you need them, because now they're able to benefit by having a relationship with you, and that this is a relationship that maybe like kind of go with the flow, but it's also growing and it's evolving and becoming something bigger and better. You know what I mean? They just kind of feel like maybe they can't control themselves around you. So they be telling their friends that like, I can't really control myself around her, you know what I mean? Or around him, you know what I'm saying? So could be a Leo, could be a Capricorn, Virgo, Cancer. They tell their friends that you're not really much of a homemaker, but that you have the ability to be so, or that they aren't much of a homemaker, but they're willing to learn, or they're willing to like pick that skill set up. Like, you've inspired them to tap into some parts of themselves that they never really felt like they had any real skill or any real like potential with. You know what I mean? My head itches for some reason. I don't know what's going on right now. Maybe it's because I'm up late or something. I don't normally ever like scratch my head this much. So I don't know. Maybe I don't know what the fuck that is. All right. So anyway, you're very perceptive. Like, they can't just tell you anything. They be telling their friends like, I can't just tell her anything. I can't pull the wool over her eyes or over his eyes. Like, you're really good at listening, and you can pick up on details. Because we got Queen of Swords and Queen of Pentacles. So you're really good at listening to details and knowing, or listening to people talk and knowing whether to invest in the relationship or not. Because they kind of feel like you really care about yourself. Like, nah. Like, you have this sense of like value. Like, nah, I care a lot about my needs first. So I don't care. Like, if it's a woman that we're talking about, she don't really like that. She don't like that you put yourself first, because in her mind, you should be putting her first. And you know what I mean? You don't act that way. So it kind of frustrates her, but at the same time, she respects it, because the Queen of Swords is like, I respect you. I admire like your choice and your decision, and I do value your insight or your wisdom. So they be telling people that you be giving them good advice, but like, or that they give you good advice, but you don't be taking it. You know what I mean? Or that you give them good advice, but they don't really be taking it. You know what I'm saying? So they be telling that. So maybe you said something to them in the past that they should have done, but they didn't do it. You know what I mean? So some of y'all are telling friends that they wish they had invested with you and not went through these power struggles or these ego battles with you. They're now starting to see like what their issue was, or what was really holding them back when it came to this relationship. Like, maybe they recognize like, oh, I need to be more cooperative. Oh, I need to be more helpful. Oh, I need to be more useful. Oh, I need to focus more on this. You know what I mean? So they telling their friends now like, oh, you brought these things to my attention about what I need to focus on, what I need to work on. You know what I mean? So they really kind of feel like you guys were fated to come into their life to like make them better, to improve their quality of life. So they be telling people that. That's really it. Yeah, fool here. So if it's, like I said, if it's a newer person, they're telling their friends that they don't really feel that much. They don't feel as much confidence in like taking a risk towards you, because they kind of feel like you don't really need them. And some of y'all, they kind of feel like you guys are materialistic in that light, where you only may be looking for the guy with the bag, or the woman with the best body, or the most appealing features, or something like that. Like, you make them feel like they need to like take care of their body. If it's a woman, even if it's a man, you make them feel like they need to take care of their body, or that they need to like have more confidence in themselves, you know what I mean, and their abilities, what they can do, because they feel like you do come into their life and you speak life into them, and then like, you know, inspire them to be better. So they feel like they need to be better because of you. Like, I need to be better. I need to improve. I need to, you know, show them like what I can do. Like, they feel like they need to like prove themselves to you, if I'm really being honest. So that's what they tell their friends, or they tell their friends that you make them feel like they have to prove themselves. But they like that. It inspires them. You know what I mean? Because it's like, well, I didn't have to like do that before with my previous exes. You know what I mean? So like, you make them feel like they need to upgrade themselves or level up in some way. So they tell their friends that like, she makes me want to be better, bro. He makes me want to like do what I need to do to like, you know what I mean, have this life that I like aspire to have. So, you know what I mean? Because Queen of Swords isn't always bad. Page of Wands, yeah. So they feel like you guys be acting out a lot. You're really obnoxious. You get easily annoyed, very easily annoyed. Like you don't be putting up with a bunch of bullshit. You don't play the games that like maybe their exes play or like that other people play. Like you be really quick to cut people off. So they be telling them that like she cut me off like every other week. You know what I mean? She ain't afraid to stop talking to me or I'm not afraid to stop talking to her or some shit like that. But then they go right back or they be wanting to go right back. So they be telling their friends that like, you know, I would like to take a risk towards this person. Like, if we don't talk anymore, if you guys are like holding back from each other, having like ego battles, they be telling their friends that they want to just take a risk and like start up conversation and just chat. What's up, Pentarina? Then just want to chat and just like want to like, you know, just kind of go all out and just see what happens. So they be telling their friends like, I just want to take a risk and just act out and just see what happens. You know what I mean? Because I'm getting fed up with us, like with them holding back from me. I'm getting fed up with them like not giving me the same energy that they used to give me. So like if you used to always like praise this person or always initiate with this person or always flirt with this person, if you're not doing that anymore, they miss it. They miss that from you. You know what I mean? Because you were like a really good vibe in their life. You know what I mean? Like really supportive and you helped them grow and help them become a better version of themselves. So they kind of want that back in their life. You know what I mean? Even if you never don't even know this person, this is somebody who wants that type of energy from you. So they be telling their friends like, yo, I might take a risk with her. You know what I mean? I don't know if I really can like win her over or persuade her. You know what I'm saying? Because they look like you are independent or doing well enough for yourself. So, you know, they're trying to like, you know, be perceptive or trying to like get intel about like what they could say, what they could do to like get you to take the risk with them or to get your attention, you know what I mean? Or get your interest. That's what they really want. They feel like you're not really interested in them, that you're really just kind of like a here today, gone tomorrow type of person. Like, you know what I mean? They kind of feel that way. Like you could be here today, gone tomorrow because you kind of give off like mature, but you also give off like an immature energy. Like when you're angry or when you're upset, you can just be like a ball of fire, like a ball of fury, frustrated, angry, saying whatever, you know what I mean? But like the words that you say, so like when you get frustrated, angry, you be telling it like it is, and they don't like that. They don't like that. You know what I mean? Like when they piss you off, you be telling them all about their shit, all the stuff that you might have overlooked before. You be like, yeah, well, I didn't like how your fucking feet you never cut your toenails, or I don't like how your feet stink, or I don't like how your breath stink in the morning, or something. It's like, you know what I mean? You be telling them like, hey, I let them, like you be telling them their stuff. You know what I mean? Like you're not afraid to tell them about themselves. So they be telling their friends like, yeah, she'll tell me like it is for real, bro. I can count on her to be honest with me about like where I'm at with stuff or what I'm doing. You know what I mean? And she can see it too. She can see, or he can see what I'm doing. So like they can't fool you. They really feel like I can't fool you. You know what I mean? So they respect you. That's what they tell their friends. They respect you. You know, and maybe they didn't do you right the way that they should have done. So they do tell their friends that much. All right. So it could be an Aries, could be Aquarius, could be a Libra, Cancer, Aries, Leo, Sag, Leo. There goes the sun. I told y'all the sun was gonna pop out. The sun right here. I knew it. All right. So Leo, Libra, Cancer, Leo, Capricorn, Virgo. I did tell you on the beginning the sun was gonna come out. I could tell you by the way that was like formulating. It's pretty obvious. It's pretty obvious. It's pretty obvious. Okay. Is it you, 7K? It could be you. All right. So Sagittarius, what do they be telling their friends about you? All right. Oh, that you're attractive and vain. We got first house here. So they were attracted to you guys at first sight. So some of y'all, they're telling their friends that it was love at first sight when they seen you because we got fated or North Node and the first house. So they kind of feel like it was meant for them to be in your life, or it was meant for them to run into you, or meant for them to encounter you. But you're very attractive. Like, so from first sight, yes, I'm so glad I ran into him, her. You know what I mean? So it's giving that vibe. Also, you're very assertive and very independent. So they be telling people that you just kind of go for it. Just do what you want to do when you feel like it or when you feel inspired. You only take inspired action. All right. That's why they kind of feel like you're vain too, because they kind of feel like you only date attractive people, or you like to, like, I don't know, you like your appearance. Like they feel like you like your own appearance. So that's what they be telling their friends. Like, she's really into her own self. You know what I mean? Or he's really into his own self. All right. They also feel like you're somebody who's on a mission, or always going somewhere, always having somewhere to be. You know what I mean? Yeah, there we go. Queen of Wands in reverse. So they feel like you guys are overly confident, overly arrogant, very charming and charismatic, but like when you want to be. You know what I mean? So they kind of feel like you're used to the attention, you're used to the admiration. Like it don't really move you in their mind. They feel like it doesn't really move you. King of Cups. So they be telling people that you don't really know how to process feelings and emotions when it comes from other people, but you could be very receptive. You know what I mean? So they basically feel like they don't know how to express themselves in a way where you would understand it from them. Like they feel like you're very mature, but like you don't necessarily respond to them in the way they would like you to respond. So they feel like they're not really getting your attention, or that they're not really attracted to you. So they be telling their friends that like maybe I'm not really that attracted to her or to him. Could be a Cancer, could be a Leo, could be a Sag, could be a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. They feel like you be playing with their feelings. They be telling people like, you know, some days you act like you're really emotionally invested, or you act like you care more. Then other days you act like you don't really care at all. So like they don't really know if you care a lot about them or if you care not at all about them. You know what I mean? So it may kind of come off as like maybe you gaslight at times, or like you like love bomb them at times. So you know what I mean? They also kind of feel like you're not like somebody they can like trauma dump, or like you know what I mean? They can't really just like come from like a victim mind state with you. Like they really can't just be sad, or really can't be like overly emotional with you. That's what they tell their friends. Like, I can't be overly emotional with him or her. You know what I mean? Yeah, Three of Swords. Three of Swords. So they really feel like you don't really do a good job of like expressing or like catering to their feelings. Could be a Libra, could be Aquarius, could be a Capricorn. They feel like you don't do a great job of like catering to their feelings. Now, for some of y'all, if it's a past person, and it's a past person who like still cares, but like feels like they maybe made a mistake with the relationship by not expressing themselves. So they be telling their friends like, you caught them off guard. They didn't know what to say, you know. So they kind of feel disappointed that they didn't really like tell you what was really on their mind, or be more direct with you about like how they felt about you. So like they kind of feel like they missed out on an opportunity to tell you, like that they care a lot about you, that they find you to be attractive, that they feel like you're meant to be in their life. You know what I mean? Because they want you to care more. That's what they probably tell their friends, like they want you to care more, because they care a lot more than what they let on. And their friends probably know it, and they probably told them that, like, yeah, I care a lot more, but like I don't want to, like it hurts, but like that I can't really like tell her how I feel, or tell him how I feel, because I don't know what to say or how to say it. I don't know what I can say to them. You know what I mean? So some of y'all, they be telling their friends that you guys are let's say in a relationship with somebody else, or that they're in a relationship with somebody else, or that they're in a relationship that's unfulfilling, and they want to like talk to you. All right. Yeah, we got the Sun here and the Chariot in reverse. Oh, we got the Sun. The Sun keeps showing up. So they do view you guys as being attractive, but they view you guys as like a good time. Like they're happy that they see you. They're happy that you show up. You know what I mean? Like when you show up, it makes their day worth it. Like, you know, makes their time or their day worth like living, or makes the day worth like experiencing, or makes the time that y'all had worth the time that you guys invested in. They really do feel like you guys be leading them astray though, and that you just kind of be saying whatever like sounds good in the moment. So that's why I say like some of y'all, they feel like you guys be gaslighting them, because they kind of feel like you say what sounds good. Like whatever comes off the top of your head, they feel like you just say it, which is a Sagittarius trait, because the Knight of Swords in reverse. Like you just do say whatever comes to your head, you know what I mean? But like they can't really tell like do you feel more about me than like what you just said? So like, they feel like you're leading them astray in some way. Like, you know what I mean? Like I'm saying, like you may say like, I don't know, like the way that you say it, maybe sometimes they feel like implies that there's more here. You know what I mean? Almost gives like a moon vibe. You know what I mean? But they kind of feel like you're just so confident in just talking that you just say whatever. Like I'm attractive, so I can just say what I want to say, or you know, I'm confident in myself, so I just say what I want to say. So they tell their friends that, like, she just be saying whatever, he just be saying whatever. They don't really think before they act, or they don't really think before they say stuff. You know what I mean? And then they don't know how to like deal with other people's emotions when they like raise feelings in them. So whenever you create, let's say if you hurt their feelings, you don't know how to say sorry, or you don't know when to say sorry. Like you try to say sorry, but it doesn't sound like sorry. It sounds like how I was saying, like maybe you don't take accountability. Like, oh, well, if you didn't make me have to cuss you out, then I wouldn't have had to say that to you. You get what I'm saying? Like if you didn't act like you acted, then I wouldn't have needed to act like that. You know what I'm saying? So they kind of feel that way. Like that's what they tell their friends. Like maybe you guilt them or make them feel bad at times. You know what I mean? But they're not always aware about like why they feel bad. You know what I mean? Because sometimes they may feel like they're in the right, but like I don't know why I feel this way. So you kind of confuse their feelings. But they be happy around you guys. Six of Wands. So they be telling friends that you're really popular, that you guys get a lot of attention, and because of that, you're vain, and because everybody notices you, and everybody's trying to get your approval or everybody praises you, that like you don't really feel the need to like maybe have to reach out or hold communication or conversation with them. Like maybe some of y'all, they feel like you be waiting on them to say something to you. You know what I mean? Or they're waiting on you to say something to them. Like they feel like you're overly confident, cocky. I don't need to reach out. I'll wait on you to reach out to me. You know what I mean? So they feel that way about you. Like maybe they have to text you, call you first. You know what I'm saying? So some of y'all, they kind of feel that way about you. They don't want you to know that they care more than what they let on. That's what they be telling their friends. Like, I don't want her or him to know that I care so much. You know what I'm saying? Because they kind of view you as a heartbreaker. Vain, attractive, knowing that you're like popular, knowing that you get attention, knowing that other people have their eye on you. So they kind of view you in that light, like, whatever. If you don't move, then somebody else will. So they kind of view you in that light like that. Like, yeah, I know I can get a better partner. I know I can get these chances and opportunities. So, you know what I mean? So if you're dealing with this person, they really feel like you be leading them astray, telling them what they want to hear because you really just want a good time with them. You know what I mean? Or just want to have the experience with them. But like really, it's not going anywhere. So that's where the issue is for them, because they don't really know how to tell if it's going somewhere or if it's not. Like, are you just talking out the side of your neck, or like, is this going to lead to somewhere? You know what I'm saying? Because some of y'all, they don't really want an emotional connection, but they do want you to care more. You know what I mean? So like maybe they don't want the relationship, but they want you to care. Like, I want you to care about me. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to commit, but I still want you to care. Because for some of y'all, they feel like if you're not connected or committed, that you won't even care. You'll just treat them with like reckless abandonment. Like, whatever, you're not my nigga, you're not my girl. Fuck out of here. I ain't gotta call you. I ain't gotta text you. So like you kind of give that energy. You know what I mean? So could be dealing with the Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Aries, Libra, Capricorn, Leo, Sag, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Libra, Taurus. All right. They always feel like you guys are out looking for other prospects though. Like you're always open to other opportunities, or always open to like, maybe like attention elsewhere. So like if they don't give it to you, you're like, let me go look and see what's up. ZZ, I just woke up. I woke up at 10:54. You know what I mean? For some reason, I fell asleep. I took a nap. I've been walking around all day. I'm touching myself today. I don't know what's going on right now. I just feel my skin. I feel present in my body or something. I don't know. It feels like I shouldn't even be here. All right, but anyway, yeah, I woke up at like 10:54. I went to sleep somehow like 6:30. Unintentionally, it was hot, and I walked the dogs all day. It like drained me. Then I went to sleep, and I woke up, and I was like, I took a nap. And I was like, I'm just gonna close my eyes for a second, and then I'm gonna go live at 8. And I woke up. It was 10:54. I was like, oh no, I overslept. But here I am. So, and I'm well rested. So, anyway, I said it: Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Aquarius, Libra, Capricorn, Aquarius, Gemini, Sag, Leo, Cancer, Leo, Libra, Taurus. All right. Aries. That was the best nap ever. I woke up wondering where I was. Like if I was still in school, I would have got up and got dressed for school, thinking that I was about to miss the bus. You feel me? That's how good of a sleep I had. I was waking up. I was like, damn, did the dogs pee or shit in my house? I thought the dogs might have already used the bathroom in the house. So I was like, man, let me get up. And I couldn't even be mad if they did, because like, y'all had been here for a minute, but they was good. They didn't do it. It was good. All right. So anyway, Capricorn. You said what? Damn, you reading the fuck out of me. That's what I do, Katie. That's what I do. All right. So Capricorn, what do they tell their friends about you? Gemini. Okay, so they tell their friends that you guys that they keep tabs on you, or that you keep tabs on them. So it's 1 and 2. So that you guys are very stubborn. They tell their friends that you guys are very stubborn, but they're also kind of curious about like how you live, or they're curious about like if you guys could build stability, if you guys could have a foundation together. So they also tell their friends that you guys were like a pleasurable experience if you guys were already had an experience, if you guys are already dealt with each other. But they also tell their friends how knowledgeable you are, how smart you are, how great you are at talking. But like you could be kind of rude with the way that you talk. So they kind of view, maybe you talk in a condescending manner. Then that might be what it is that they're saying. Where are my cards at? Okay, so yeah. So anyway, they tell their friends that you guys are very like that you make them anxious, or they be anxious to talk to you, or they be anxious to be around you, or yeah. I seen the 9 of Cups and the 4 Cups. So it could be a Cancer, Pisces, Sag, that they're comfortable with you. So some of y'all, they're viewing you guys as like a luxury. So they be telling their friends that you're like a luxury in their life, or like you're like a comfort in their life, or it's like a anchor in their life. They be telling their friends that, like, you keep them grounded, you keep them humble, but like in a good way though. All right, or that you did keep them humble. Yeah, they take you guys very seriously. We got the Emperor here. So they be telling people that you guys are very enterprising, or like very professional, or very like bossly, like in a boss position. Some of y'all, they tell their friends that you're from another city, or you're from a major city, if they're not from a major city, that you're from another city, or that you have like a lot of world experiences. Like you give off like a very professional business vibe, you know what I mean? Respectable, admirable, you know what I mean? And they feel like you've been in your position or in this comfortable, you've been living like this for a while. So either you've been very like admired and respected for a while, like you've had like a reputation for being maybe like in charge, or being a leader, or like taking, like going your own way, doing what you want when you want. So like they say that about their friends. I mean, they tell their friends that about you. So they're curious about y'all too. So they be like spying on you, or keeping tabs, learning new stuff about y'all. All right, could be an Aquarius, could be a Libra, Taurus. So they tell their friends that you guys may have walked away from them, or that they walked away from y'all and decided to take another path. But now they're questioning themselves if they should have done that, because the Five of Swords is here, which is about questioning yourself. You know what I mean? So some of y'all, they tell friends that you gaslight them a lot. And that's why they have to like keep tabs on you, or that's why they have to look and get more information, because you don't really tell them the truth, or you don't really tell them what's going on. You give them mixed signals. You lead them astray at times. You know what I mean? They feel like you're very, like, I don't know, maybe they feel like you're very comfortable, like doing your own thing. Like if it doesn't go your way, then you'll move on. You'll leave them behind. So they're telling their friends that, like, you have, I'm not going to say control issues, but maybe it is. Maybe you do have control issues, because it's like they feel like you have like a way of doing things that has always been done. So that's why they feel like you're stubborn. Like the way maybe you've done relationships, or the way that you had connections prior to them has always gone this way. So like if it doesn't go this way, then I'm out. You know what I mean? So they tell their friends that. Like if he doesn't, or she doesn't get it the way that they want, they're out. Like they feel like you're more into like pleasurable experiences, luxury lifestyles, having the nicest. So some of y'all, they be telling friends that you be having like luxury shit, whether car, house, food, clothes, you know what I mean? Maybe your aesthetic. And they tell people that you got a nice body, because it's Taurus energy. That's what I want to tell you. They tell y'all that you have a nice body. It's more physically strong. So even if you're a woman, you can have like a more, like you seem like you can like, you know, maybe, I don't know why I was going to say you seem like you can hold up laundry. That was like misogynistic. You could hold up the laundry. She's a dude. She could do a good job. She can carry 10 dishes at one time. You know what I mean? So maybe they say it like that. I don't know. He said, that's my page. Leave a comment on it. Let's know it's real. All right. So anyway, they feel very possessive over you guys. You know, they feel like being in a relationship with you guys is hard work. So like they're trying to learn how to have stability, or how to have like a connection with y'all. You know what I'm saying? So they also kind of feel like you're very like, it's like dominating and intimidating. Could be a Capricorn, could be a Leo. They also feel like you're more career focused to them. They want to have a relationship. They be telling people that, like, they want to have, like, you make them feel like family. They think about family, settling down with you, maybe even moving. Some of y'all, they even think about moving. So maybe some of y'all, they think that y'all need to move to another city, or they want you to move to their city, or they want to move to your city. Like they be telling people, like, I want to have a relationship with this person. I want to settle down with them. I want to have a family. I want to have kids. I want to have the white picket fence. I want to have the house. I want to, you know what I mean? So they be telling their friends all this stuff. The Gemini energy could be a chatty person. They do a lot of gossiping. So whoever this is that they talk with, they be saying all type of stuff. They be exchanging ideas, strategy, talking about like how you live, your lifestyle, talking about your beliefs. So they be sharing your beliefs with their friends. Like, I learned this from her. Oh, she showed me how to do this. So like you be like the little stuff that you do for them, or that you did for them, they be mentioning it to their friends, because like it really like intrigues them, and they feel like they learned a lot from you just from like being with you, or dealing with you, or having a relationship with you. Ace of Cups. So they feel like Ace of Cups into a cup. So they feel like you guys don't want a relationship with them anymore, or you don't want a connection with them anymore, or you don't care about them anymore, or that it's very hard to get you to open up emotionally and to share of yourself when it comes to feelings. You know what I'm saying? So like they also like that you take a lot. Well, they feel like you don't take a lot of pictures, but I was about to say some of y'all, they feel like you do take a lot of pictures. So it goes back and forth. I don't know. You could probably be on either end of the spectrum there. But they feel like you guys don't take a lot of pictures, that you guys don't necessarily know how attractive you are, for some of you. Because we got the King of Wands here. and the Two of Cups. So some of y'all, they feel like you guys don't find them attractive anymore, and that's why you don't want the relationship. And then others of y'all, they feel like that you guys don't want the relationship or don't want to express yourself in the relationship, so you're not as interested or passionate about pursuing it and taking it further. Then maybe you're just looking at them as like a pleasurable experience, like a temporary happiness, something to do. And I'm not gonna say, well, I did see the Four of Cups earlier, so maybe something to do when there's nothing to do. Some of y'all, they kind of view you as that. Like you only reach out when there's something to do, when there's nothing to do. So like out of boredom, you may reach out, or out of convenience. You know what I mean? Now, for some of y'all, they said that they were dating y'all for convenience, or they were with you in a relationship for convenience. But if they were saying that, I feel like it's out of bitterness. Because that Five of Swords sometimes could be like gaslighting, trying to make you seem like you're to blame, trying to make you seem like it's your fault. So some of y'all, they try to make it seem like it's your fault. You're being stubborn. You think that you have control. You want things to go your way. So they were telling their friends that. Like, you be trying to, like, boss up on me, or you be trying to, like, you know what I mean? Take charge and lead it. Now, some of y'all, they like that, because some of y'all, they do like that, like, you take charge and you're a leader and you be, like, asserting yourself. So some of y'all, they like that. And then others of y'all, they kind of feel intimidated by you doing that. So, like, if you're a woman, then that would intimidate them with you being, like, overly in charge, overly aggressive, overly assertive, you know, independent, being admired and respected by other people. Because, like, even if you're a woman or a man, they feel like you can run with the opposite gender. So, like, if you're a woman, then you can, like, maybe you can change your own tires. Maybe you can take your car to get detailed. Maybe you can do DIYs. Maybe you can hang up your TV. Maybe you can, you know what I mean, bang a hammer and nails from time to time. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe you understand how to, like, set up, let's say, sound systems and shit. You know what I'm saying? And if you're a man, then maybe you know how to cook. Maybe you know how to, like be pleasing on the eye aesthetically. Maybe you know how to, like, I don't know, just be very nurturing. Like, you can do both sides. They feel like you have that talent where you can do both sides. Like, you're dualistic. So they be telling their friends, like, you're very dualistic, and either you don't want a relationship, or you're not really open to a relationship with them. They feel like it may be a third person party, because I'm looking at the Ace of Cups and the Three of Cups, which gives like a third person party. You know what I mean? So some of y'all, they feel like you guys either recently left the relationship, so they would like to renew have a relationship with you, but they are unsure if you're even open to, like, romance right now. You know what I mean? So they be telling their friends that, like, if I'm gonna get in a relationship, I want to get in a relationship with Capricorn. You know what I mean? I commit to Capricorn, but I don't think they want to commit right now. Like, you give off like a player vibe with the King of Wands in reverse and the Two of Cups and the Ace of Cups. Like, you're not really open to love right now. So they kind of feel like you've gotten overly arrogant, overly confident, conceited, knowing that you're attractive, knowing it, like, you know, but for some of y'all, they feel like you don't know it. But for most of y'all, they feel like you do know it, and that's why it's making you stubborn and, like, dig your heels in and feel like, nah, things are gonna go my way, or I'm out of here. You know what I mean? So, but I know that they tell their friends they want to reach out or they want to talk to you guys again. So it could be a Gemini, it could be Aquarius, Libra, Taurus, Pisces, Sag, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Libra, Taurus, Leo, Aries. All right. All right. Some of y'all, they tell their friends that you be sending them pictures. You know what I mean? I'm about to say they be keeping the pictures to themselves though. So I don't know what type of pictures y'all been sending them, but they've been keeping them pictures to themselves. You know what I mean? They want to share them, but they be like, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, not y'all sending them freaky pics, because that's what just came to my mind. Y'all sending freaky pics. What type of pics y'all been sending? Or, you know what? Maybe the same thing with y'all too, Aquarius. Maybe they've been saving y'all pictures. I think that might be it too. They may save y'all pictures. All right. So I think that's what they tell their friends. Oh, I got pictures of her and him from the past. So maybe they got pictures. That could be for Capricorn too. So between y'all, they must have y'all pictures or still save pictures from y'all or something like that. All right. So Aquarius, what do they tell their friends about you? That you guys are attractive, that you guys probably got options, that you're very pleasing on the eye, that they've watched you transform, they've watched you grow, evolve into a better version of yourself. Could be an Aquarius, could be a Leo, could be a Virgo. A Libra, a Taurus, or a Scorpio. All right. They also feel like they're not your usual type, or that you're not their usual type, but you have this intense pull over them. They feel confident and inspired when they're around you, like you light up their world. So this is somebody who already views you as, like, being an inspiration in their life. All right. They want to inspire you, so they be telling people that they're grateful to have you, or grateful to have, like, had you in their life if it ended. You know what I mean? But they also want to, like, let go with respect, or with, like, a diplomatic approach. Now, for some of y'all, they want to be able to date y'all. They want to be able to court you. You know what I mean? They find you be attractive enough that they want to court you. Even if you're not their usual type, they're like, I would like to like take this more seriously. Have this as like, they feel like you would be a life-changing relationship. Even if you guys have never spoken, talked, or interacted in that light yet, even if it's a newer person, they feel like you would be somebody who would be an important or pivotal relationship with them. So they tell their friends that like this would be a big relationship to me, or a life-changing relationship. Like if I were to get with her or get with him, my life would change. Maybe overnight. Maybe in their mind, they kind of feel like overnight they would become better or become maybe more desirable or something like that. You know what I mean? Now, for some of y'all, they kind of feel, they tell their friends that you became desirable overnight. So it's going in that light too. But you also have this approach that kind of comes off as like nonchalant, not really impressed, you know what I mean? But also very impressive to others. You know what I mean? Like you're a mystery. They be telling their friends that they don't really know much about you. They kind of curious. You know, I know they want to have sex with y'all because that 8th house and the Venus and the Leo energy is like, you're so attractive. I do want to have sex with you. But they want to have the type of sex that like allows them to keep you in their life. So this can sometimes come with them like maybe you guys move in, maybe you guys have children, maybe they attach, let's say, a business or some type of joint endeavor to make sure that you guys are attached to each other. Like they want to be able to like intertwine your fates together. So this is somebody who's like, you know, obsessed about you. So they tell their friends that like you got them. You got this pull over them. Like, I don't know why I feel this way about them. You know what I mean? So like you revealed or illuminated certain types of like feelings that they have. You make them want to like, you know, maybe get more attractive. Or I'm about to say get more beautified. So even if it's a man, you make him want to be more attractive, more appealing. They feel like you got a lot of sex appeal though. You know what I mean? So like you make them want to be better. It could be with a Virgo. All right. So they tell their friends that you ghosted them, that you're unresponsive, that you're putting yourself on a pedestal these days. So they tell their friends that like you're a little socially awkward or like not what they normally would have went for, but like you're really attractive. You have a lot of sex appeal. It's the Empress here. That's somebody who has a lot of sex appeal and also somebody who's often courted by everybody. So they really feel like a lot of people are discovering you guys or a lot of people are like had their eye on you. You know what I mean? Like you can kind of like, you glow up. I'm not going to say, maybe you did glow up. I'm saying like you illuminate the room. Like when you show up, people are happy. Like, hey, Aquarius is this motherfucker. Hey, you know what I'm saying? So you kind of like do that. Or when they hear from you or when you reach out to them, they're like, hey, she reached out. Hey, you reached out. They be like happy about that. You know what I mean? So some of y'all, they feel like they like kind of like getting to know you on a deeper level. Now, some of y'all, they could be viewing you as like somebody, because the Empress is here. And remember I said that with the 8th house earlier, that they want to have children or want to do something to tie you into their life so that you want to stay around for an extended period of time. So some of y'all, they want to have children with y'all because they feel like you guys could be fertile or can have kids or like you would be a good parent, you know what I mean? Or like a good spouse. So they be telling their friends, like, I can see this being like my wife or my husband, you know what I mean? Like we could be like tying, like do like joint endeavors, maybe start businesses, like, you know what I mean? Any of that. Ace of Swords. So if they did try to like initiate with you, they kind of feel like it didn't go anywhere. So they be telling their friends that like they don't know how to really initiate or how to present the opportunity because the Ace of Wands, the Ace of Swords is here, which can be a proposal for marriage. So they kind of want to marry y'all, but like also they don't want to jump the gun because like they don't know you on a deeper level like that. Because remember I said they think you're a mystery. So they feel like they don't really know you. Could be a Capricorn. Could be a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, Libra, Taurus, Virgo, Libra, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius. So they obsess about y'all. I'm telling y'all, we got the devil here. They obsess about y'all. They sexualize y'all a lot. So this is somebody who sees you guys as like a temptation. Some of y'all are guilty temptation. Because like maybe the connection could be taboo. Like maybe we shouldn't be dealing with each other or, you know what I mean? But they also kind of feel like you'd be hard to get rid of or hard to like let go of. So they'd be telling their friends like, I can't just leave her alone or I can't leave him alone or, you know, obsess about like possessing her or possessing him, like for the long term, for the long haul. Like they don't want to just like have a little fling with you. Like I want you to be around for the long term, you know what I mean? Or at least even if it's just sexual, I want you to be here for like forever, you know what I mean? So like even if y'all had like a non-traditional relationship, they don't want you to not be in their life. They want you to forever be in their life. They want to be able to have possession over you. They be telling their friends that y'all be smoking or that you be like drinking or you guys have like this addictive personality, like these addictive traits that like makes it hard for them to not like engage with you or to not like look at you or to not like, you know what I mean? Like think about you, like you're addictive, you know what I mean? So they be telling their friends that like they're addicted to you. Damn. All right, like they want your affection or they want your approval. So they be telling their friends that I want to get her attention. I want to get his attention. I want him to approve of me. Like you're very sexual. Like, even if you don't feel comfortable in your body and you think you got a little bit of weight, they find it sexually attractive. They're like, I still find her attractive, appealing. Or even if you're really slim or really skinny, they still find it appealing. You know what I mean? So like you make them want to be a better version of themselves. You make them become self-conscious at times too, because we got the hermit here with the devil. You make them become self-conscious around you. Like, does she see me as attractive? Does he think I'm attractive? Like, are they looking at me? Like, they be like in that light, like the Virgo energy can be very strategic. Hermit can be kind of strategic at times, overly thinking in situations because they're not used to like interacting with people like you. So like they overthink. Like, what do you think? All right, Kimmy, good night. Thanks for rocking and rolling. So they be like thinking like that. Like, what does she think? How she feel? Like, what would happen if I were to like reach out? So they be talking to their friends, kind of trying to get a strategy about like how they can get your attention on them, or like how they can maybe dress to impress you, or that's what they tell their friends, like you be dressed to impress, because they feel like you know what you be doing. You know what I mean? Like you know what you do to get me like feeling like this, or get me like to get me like, you know what I mean? Yeah, like obsessed about this. So yeah, that's what it is. It's like that. Like you know what you be doing. So like that's what they tell their friends. She know what she be doing. He know what he be doing. You know what I mean? So yeah. Like so some of y'all maybe they waiting on you guys to reply, or waiting on you guys to initiate, or like, you know what I mean? Like they feel like you're very masculine. Like they feel like you take the lead in a lot of situations, but they want you to take the lead. Even if it's a man, they would like you to take the lead. But if they have to take the lead, then they will. You know what I mean? So like, but they're obsessing like, do I take the lead, or should I let them take the lead? So like, you know what I mean? Because they want to come in a innovative way, or like in a like a detached way where like it doesn't matter if it goes somewhere or if it doesn't. You know what I mean? So like they tell their friends like I kind of nonchalant, like I don't care if it go anywhere, but at the same time they do want it to go somewhere. You know what I mean? Because you're very sexually attracted to this person, very desirable to this person. So like that's why they would like to like possess you, because like damn, I know I probably shouldn't be dealing with you, but like damn, you know what I mean? You so fine. Oh, like that. It's one of those. All right. So it could be a Leo, could be a Virgo, could be Virgo. Could be a Libra, Taurus, Scorpio, Capricorn, Libra, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. All right. Leo. I said that already? Yeah, I did. So some of y'all, they may feel like you guys are players. You know what I mean? And like you guys just be getting what you want anyway. So like you just be like, you just do it. You just turn them on. Like, why do I feel this way? I can't shake it. Get naked. You know what I'm saying? All right, so Pisces, how they feel about you guys? They feel like you guys are very attractive, but you guys also take care of yourselves, take care of your appearance. So it could be doing the Virgo, could be doing the Leo. I feel like you guys are very confident though, and like your skill set. You guys have like a perfectionistic vibe to you. All right, North Node. They also tell their friends that they were fated to meet you guys. They feel like you guys were fated to be in a relationship, or fated to have some type of like foundation. They tell their friends that you guys are fated to have money, or fated to be in a good position in life, that live a good life. That's what they be telling their friends. Like you got money, or you're very stable. You have a lot of self-worth. You have a lot of confidence, but you built it up over time. So they be telling their friends like you've now started to come, maybe glow up, or you now start to like really recognize your best traits. Now you're maybe you take more pictures now, or you're maybe more photogenic in general, or you smile a lot more. They kind of feel like your life is getting better. So they be telling their friends like your life has gotten better, or that their life has gotten better since you guys have created a foundation together. All right, so yeah, they also tell their friends about your work ethic. Mostly they talk about your income. So maybe you have a decent job, or you're about to get a good job, or something like that, or you just like came from like a good foundation, like you had good home training, like whoever raised you really well. So they be telling their friends that like they have like good principles and values. Their traditions are respected. I respect their way of like living. I respect their way of like existing in the world, or how they imagine relationships to go. I respect them. You know what I mean? So they tell their friends that they do have a lot of respect for you, or a lot of like admiration for your way of doing things. They also tell their friends that they secretly admire you. I got the moon here and the moon and the Hierophant reverse. So you may not be their usual type, but like they feel these feelings for you, and they're not really quite aware of why they feel this way. They kind of feel like you don't even notice them, if I'm really being honest. So it could be a Pisces, could be a Taurus. They feel like you don't even notice them that way. You know what I mean? Or you're not really telling them something. Like there's stuff that they don't really know about you. Like it's still kind of vague about the connection. Like it's still kind of up in the air. So they tell their friends that. They tell their friends that you are somebody though. Like he's somebody, she's somebody. So they tell their friends that. Could be an Aries. Yeah, some of y'all, they be telling them that you're always focused, like you get distracted with work, or you get distracted trying to make money or trying to build up security, stability. Like they talk about your work ethic a lot, like how you like assert yourself, how you go after stuff, how you strategize to make things happen. Like you always have a plan for a plan. So they tell people that, like, you know what to do next. You always have a plan for like how to create results or how to get stuff. You know what I mean? So they be telling people that. Like, you know what I mean? Maybe you make money in an unusual way or in a challenging way. So maybe you're in a competitive field and you're doing pretty well. So they be telling their friends that. All right, like they watch you in the distance. I don't want. They don't like to bother you. So they be telling their friends that they don't like to bother you. You know what I mean? Like they don't like to like, maybe like, oh yeah, they kind of feel like they be bothering you. They don't like to, but they feel like they be bothering you, like, or distracting you from whatever you're like focused on. Because they feel like you get tunnel vision on your goals, on your plans, on your ideas. You know what I mean? They also feel like you change things up a lot. Like you're not afraid of failure, or you're not afraid of making mistakes. What did it say? What'd you say? He said it was wild. She was upset that he begged her to come over for sex, but he went to his room with another girl, so she answered his phone when I called. Oh shit! I gotta read that back again. Hold on. So we got the Sun and we got King of Pentacles. All right. So yeah, they do feel like you guys are very successful. Some of y'all are popular online or successful online. Like you get a lot of admiration in that light. So like if you do stuff like content creating, then they feel like you're doing very well. That you've made money, you've gotten stable. Maybe you pay bills and stuff with that. But they also view you as somebody who's very generous, well-to-do, established, taking care of yourself over time, over the course of time. So they feel like you've done a good job of preserving yourself, or a very good job of like taking care of like responsibilities. First things first. They feel like you have like, maybe a routine, a schedule, like a practical way of applying things and making like results. They feel like you get results for whatever you invest your time in. You know exactly where to invest at. You know what I mean? So this is somebody who feels like you're very like strategic. They tell their friends that you're very strategic and you're not afraid of like missing out. You're not afraid of losing. You're not afraid of like being rejected. You're not afraid of maybe making a fool of yourself. You know what I mean? Like they feel like you're Insta famous. Some of y'all are popular on Instagram or just take really nice pictures. Like you're very photogenic. So they feel like you have like a great smile. They tell their friends that like you have a great, they like your face. They like your face, your appearance, their facial features. All right. They also tell their friends that you're really bougie, like high class. You know what I mean? And you live like more like a luxury lifestyle or have more like luxuries than the average person. So maybe, or you have more of your shit together than the average person. So like maybe you have a house, a car, a business, maybe you have 401k, maybe you have insurance, you know what I mean? Maybe you have, I don't know, you just have like a solid foundation under you and you know how to build foundations wherever you go. Like strategically, you know how to like, let's say that you want to start up a business, you would have customers already ready. You would have the product already in hand and already on shelves. Like before you even open the store doors, you would already have everything ready for customers to come in and be ready. So they feel like you're like, some of y'all, they feel like you guys could be like millionaire or billionaire status if you're not already there. They feel like you have potential to be that way. You know what I mean? And they feel like that's what you're focused on and that you're going to become that type of person. Some of y'all from social media, but then others of y'all, they just feel like from your hard work, from your dedication, from staying on task, from not getting distracted. Like they feel like you're not easily distracted by like anything. Yeah. I got a chariot here too. So some of y'all, they talk about your car and your material stuff, the stuff that you buy, the stuff that you have. You know what I mean? Like some of y'all, they feel like you guys are maybe humble with your spendings, but like very like not frugal, but like very responsible with your money, very responsible with like your day to day. You know what I mean? So you have maybe like a schedule, a routine, and you don't let anybody like get in between that. You don't let anybody interrupt that. You know what I mean? So they don't like that. They don't want to interrupt you. They don't want to like, you know what I mean, cause any like distraction, really. You know what I'm saying? It's like they're on edge. They be telling their friends they're on edge because they feel like for some of y'all, they feel like you guys could do better or that you guys are like more focused elsewhere. You know what I'm saying? Like you may be focused building stability or security elsewhere if you're not trying to just build it for yourself. You feel like you get distracted and you may be like, maybe looking for better or looking for another opportunity elsewhere. All right. Yeah, some of y'all, they tell their friends that you guys did ghost them, that you guys moved on, that you guys were like, I don't know, that it was kind of hard to really tell how you felt about them, so they just left. You know what I mean? So some of y'all, they do say that. But for the most part, they're telling their friends that like you ghosted them or it's like kind of vague about how you feel about them. Like they obsess about that, but they're also feeling like it's starting to be like, maybe you're starting to like reveal more parts of yourself to them and they're starting to like find like excitement or joy and getting to know you on a deeper level. You know what I'm saying? So like maybe you're starting to open up a little bit more. Maybe they're like starting to peel back layers on you, and maybe like you're starting to like maybe you're starting to become a little bit more clear to them through interactions with you or from like observing you from a distance. That is starting to become clear like who you are. So some of y'all are now starting to be maybe like the real version of you is being revealed to them, where it's like, oh, I get it. I see who you are. So like now they're starting to like pique their confidence. So they're telling their friends that they would like to be married to y'all, or they would like to settle down with y'all, or be the one that you view as like quality investment when it comes to a relationship. Or that you are quality investment when it comes to a relationship, that you would be worth the time, the energy, the effort. You know what I mean? But they don't know if that's how you feel about them either. So like they're kind of worried about like, maybe like planning to like take this further if that's not how you feel. So they be telling their friends that they be trying to fill you out, but they still can't tell. Like I'm trying to fill her out or fill him out, but I don't really know. Like it's not really clear like how they feel about me. You know what I mean? So they tell them that. But like some of y'all, they tell them that you're older, but like really in your prime or just really like mature, really like established. This would be a good partner, is what they're really telling them. Like this would be a good partner, but I don't know if they see me in that same light. You know what I mean? Like you kind of vague with them. Like the interactions they have with you kind of don't really like tell them all they need to know. You know what I mean? Like you're not like traditionally what they would go for when it goes to a relationship, but they also feel like the relationship dynamic isn't one that they would normally engage in either. Because maybe y'all don't have the same values. Because I got the Hierophant reverse, which means that either they be willing to take on your value system, or they would like you to take on their value system. But they don't really know how you feel about that, and they're not really clear about all your values or all your traditions or all that. They feel like you guys got like opposing views on things like that. But like they would like to like plan on like how you guys can maybe meet in the middle. You know what I mean? Yeah. They really feel like you guys got choices when it comes to relationships, or you guys got choices about like where you would like to take the relationship. But they feel like it's where you would like to take relationships in general. But they also feel like it's faded. Like this relationship has like come into their life for them to like learn or get to where they're meant to be. So they kind of feel like they needed to encounter you so that they can have the relationships that they really want in their life, even if it's not with you. They feel like you were important or pivotal in that life, where it like helped them with their self-worth, helped them with their confidence, helped them maybe with their finances, with their saving, with their frugality, or with their practicality. You know what I mean? Like this may be somebody who's more like impulsive and like maybe like likes to like just take action or jump into situations very quickly without like surveying the scene. They feel like you taught them how to survey the scene, how to slow their roll, how to really invest in a relationship, what a serious suitor or serious investment looks like in relationships. Like you showed them that. That's why they feel like you were important in being in their life, because you showed them what they're worth, their value. You know what I mean? So even if you guys aren't together anymore, or even if they haven't like started initiating with you, they feel like you're valuable in that light where you show them what they're really worth. You know what I mean? So they feel like, okay, I can date this type of person now because I dealt with you. I know that I'm a valuable person. You know what I mean? So it could be a Leo, could be a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Aquarius, Capricorn, Cancer, Aries, Scorpio, Pisces, Sag, Cancer, Aries, Scorpio, Taurus. All right. Some of y'all, they really feel like you guys are very materialistic or just all about the money, all about money in one way or another. However you got to get it, you're going to get it. That's what they feel about you. And they be proud of that, because the sun is here. They do be proud of y'all. Regardless of how I may have said it, they're proud of y'all. You make them happy. All right. So they are planning to interrupt y'all, or planning to like interject into your life in some way, but it's going to be unexpected. You know what I mean? Like you triggered this person that want to take lead or take charge and pursue y'all. All right. So look for that. All right. Anyway, thank y'all. Thank y'all for the support. Thanks for the likes. Make sure y'all hit this like. Can I get 200 likes before I get up out of here? Because I did show up at like 12 o'clock. So can I get those 200 likes? We got like 179 likes. Damn. We just need 20 more. I got like 150 people in here. Can I get 21 of y'all to like it? So I had 200 likes. It was worth the time. It was worth the effort. This was a fun reading. Thank y'all so much. Thank you in advance. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Double tap the screen. Just Thank you, thank you, thank you. Double tap is all you got to do. I appreciate you. All right. So anyway, y'all have a great night or a great morning. You know what I'm saying? And I don't even get mad sometimes because, you know, sometimes you could be watching a live and forget that you didn't even like it. You're like, damn, I didn't like this. I've been in this bitch for 30 minutes and didn't even like it. Oh, shit. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes that happens. So I can't even guilt or blame nobody for not liking it when they needed to. But thank y'all in advance for those who did like it. I appreciate y'all. Oh, it doesn't work for you on YouTube? Are you on your phone? Because on the phone, you can double tap, boop, boop, and that'll like it right there. You know what I mean? But maybe you got like a broken screen or something, or maybe you just got like a, I don't know, Android. I don't know how it works on Android. I know iPhone, I just double tap it. Bop, bop. That was my like. Okay, we got 186 likes. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much, y'all. Thank you so much. All right, y'all. Thanks for joining me, y'all. Thanks for being here. I probably be back in the morning for, yeah, it might be old then, Pentarina. Time to upgrade. I will be back here in the morning. I don't know what time I'll be here in the morning because, you know, I'm up right now. So it's only like 5.5 hours before it be 8 o'clock. So I don't know. We shall see. But I'll be here in the morning to do some signs. So I'll see y'all. All right. Oh, it said, you already liked it? Great. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. All right, y'all. So I'm gone. Y'all enjoy yourselves. Rest well. You know, don't feel ashamed if you happen to dream about me. It was meant to be. All right, I'm gone.